It's Friday, May 30th, 2025. I am at Joel Pearl, and it's time to get in the weeds. TheJoelPearl.com on Blue Sky, as always. A fabulous Friday, as I said at the top of the show. The end of the week is here. A not-so-busy weekend ahead, which is nice. Jeremy Lambert is here. That's always nice. How you doing, Jeremy?
Yeah, I am always here, Joel. Unlike you. Two-show Joel. Striking.
No. I'm gonna nip this in the bud. Where have I been? Okay. Monday's show, I was obviously not in a great headspace. I was obviously not enjoying myself. That doesn't mean I didn't enjoy wrestling. I said to Jeremy after the show, and I preface all this, by the way, with none of what I'm about to say is at all a knock on what we do or the people who work on this show, including Jeremy, including SP3, anyone who comes around. This is not a knock on anyone. I want people to understand this. When Jeremy and I started doing this show, we were very quick to make it known that at least when Jeremy and I do the show, we're not a post show. There are billions and squillions of post shows out there that give you move by move and tell you what was great about this and that. Our show was always about the news, the wrap-ups, the stories, the important stuff, and the shows itself. And you know, the matches were good or they weren't good. We were never doing the move by move telling you what was great about such and such. And I understand that there are certain promotions that are very much linked to that style of storytelling. So while I appreciate people who do a style like that, hell, I do the TNA post show, and if you ever watch those, I do have to give some move breakdown. But at the end of the day, me personally, as a podcaster, as a host, as someone who moves the show along, my focus is more on the story of the story, not what happened in a match and whether I thought it was good. So because of all that, there was just a confluence of things that come together to the point where obviously I can't lie and tell you I'm a little burnt out. I am. Post WrestleMania is always a burnout period for a lot of creators, especially in wrestling. Everything just kind of came to a head, and I said, I'm not going to do the Wednesday show because I needed a day, because Tuesday was an awful day. Mental health wise was not good. Wasn't happy, wasn't in a good spot. So I took Wednesday off and I refocused, did all the things I would normally do on my Tuesday actual day off that would be productive. And here we are, we're back. It's Friday. I wasn't going to take a day from SP3 unless he had wanted to give it up, but I don't want to take those days away from anyone who wants to work. So I'm back today because today is my day. I know that chat, you guys know that a lot of this is a bit. Obviously, I know Jeremy knows this. That's why we play the bit. But I also want to be transparent with people when things aren't feeling so bit-like in my own head. And I understand that it's mostly in my own head. And I also understand that, like I said at the top, no one else is to blame for something like this. And this is not an opportunity for me to rag on anyone, because that's not what we're doing. This is just me explaining why this week went the way it did in my world. That's all I want to put out there. That's all I want to say. And hello. How are you? You good?
Now you make me feel bad that I'm doing two-show Joel and trying to bury you. And
you knew about this, you son of a bitch.
I didn't think you were going to address it on air. I didn't think you were going to.
I also know that you're not going to do it in bad faith. I know that when you're doing it to play it up with our audience, and I'm not going to take that away from you. That's why I didn't jump into a chat or send you guys DMs, just being like, hey, cut it out. Because again, I know that this affects more me than you guys. I really could have, but I didn't feel that it was necessary for me to have to do that, because I wasn't at a point where I was like, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I hate the show. No, God, no. When I leave, you'll know I'm leaving. I'm going to torch this place to the ground, and this show's going away forever. Gonna ruin everything. Gonna tell you where the bodies are buried and where TNA is gonna sell next. Probably not the first part, though. Maybe the second.
I don't even know where bodies are buried, so you know.
That's true. You still need to get access to that stupid document.
I need access to a lot of things that I don't have access to. No, I hope you're well, Joel. I talked about it with SP3 the other day. Like, you know, we don't do the move by move stuff. Me and you. I know SP3 likes that style, and SP3 is very good at that.
And yes, and I want to, and I will put him over because I know he and I like to make jokes about each other, not on the air, but obviously there's love between us. He's really friggin' good at recapping and giving his thoughts on these things. That's why he's on this show. That's why he does so much work in the wrestling sphere. He never stops. I will never take away from SP3's abilities and the way he does things because they're different from mine and yours. So, like, just in case anyone misinterprets this as like there's a problem with Joel and SP3. Sorry, continue. There isn't, by the way.
I don't know, based on Monday's show.
That's fun. Gatekeeping ass.
No, when Joel needs a day off, he can obviously have a day off, and well, I will make fun of him for taking the day off, but he knows that I'm here, that I support whatever he wants to do, and that I appreciate everything he does do. And that's like I've made this no secret either. I like when Joel is around because that's less work for me, because it's not that I don't like doing the hosting portion of the show. I do it. I feel I've gotten a little bit better at it as the year has progressed. I don't love doing it though. I like being able to sit back and crack my jokes and let Joel steer where the show is going with everything. So Joel, everyone tell Joel you love him, even though he is always wrong. And you are getting a lot of love in the chat, which is good. So
I know what this community is about, and I appreciate them. They know that, but I also feel the need to be accountable to them and to obviously to you and SP3 and to people around me who maybe don't see it when I'm not 100%. That's all.
All right. You doing okay today? Is everything okay today?
No, we got to talk about wrestling. What's okay with that?
I mean, we don't have to. We can talk about basketball. Did you watch any hoops last night?
I did not, because I had to cover TNA last night.
Oh, that sounds unfortunate. You watch hockey? I can officially watch hockey again, so that's nice. Good. Yeah.
Did the Oilers win?
Yeah, the Oilers did win. So We're getting a Stanley Cup rematch. Hooray. You know, I think this is the Oilers' year. I think McDavid looks like a man possessed.
It looks like a man playing for a contract.
Wow. He doesn't need to worry about contract. Connor McDavid, are you kidding me? He's getting paid.
That's fair. He just gets a bonus if he gets that.
That's the last guy worried about a contract.
He's playing for a bonus. How's that? That's really what I meant. How many players from Canada are playing on the Florida Panthers team?
I don't know. A few, I would imagine. I don't know the nationalities of most of these people.
Fair. This is something that I had a long conversation with over the years, but most notably in 2011 when it was the Canucks and Bruins. I think that was the 2011 or 2012. But regardless, that year when it was the Canucks and Bruins, and a lot of my friends were like, no, we have to support the Canadian team. I'm like, why would you support the Canadian team when like there are tons of Canadians playing for the other team, and therefore the cup's going to be on our side of the border for most of the summer? Like, who cares if the Canucks win it? You just get the ownership gets the money, and then the ownership just goes and ups the prices of the tickets. No, have the Sun Belt team win, whatever. Let Florida deal with it, and then all the Canadian players who are getting paid get to bring their cup over to, I don't know, Port God knows where, and play with it for the day. And let them have it. And that was the year when Boston had more Canadians on the team than Vancouver did. So I was like, I'm going to support the Bruins, also because they beat the Leafs, and that's just well deserved.
Yeah, fair. Fair.
All this to say, how many Florida Panthers players are from Canada this year?
I don't get and I'm not Canadian, so I maybe just don't understand it, but it's not like I support an American team winning the cup. Like, oh yeah, keep the cup out of Canada. I don't care. I just want my team to win. I don't care who else wins the cup. The Canada like cup drought doesn't mean anything to me, because it's like, well, you got like 6 teams in Canada. The odds say an American team is probably going to win the cup before a Canadian team. Like, there's just more teams in America to potentially win. Oh yeah, I don't get it. If Edmonton wins, cool. Jimmy Van will be happy. If Florida wins, fine. Like they just won it last year. I like seeing kind of like new teams win it anyway. And I think Connor McDavid, he's the best player in the world. So he needs to get a cup at some point. And I'd rather just see him get it out of the way and continue his legacy. I like watching the best players play. That's why I love the Four Nations tournament earlier. That's why I watch the Olympics, is even though I don't care about some of these sports, like, oh, these are the best people in the world at this sport, I'll watch this. So I like watching the best players play. Stanley Cup final, Connor McDavid's the best player. He's going up against a team that beat him last year. I look forward to watching it. It should be another good final. I can actually watch the hockey now because I don't have to hear about the team that beat my team.
8 Canadians play for the Florida Panthers.
Okay. And that's not a ton.
That's not. How many Canadians do you think play for the Edmonton Oilers?
I mean, McDavid, I can't name their whole roster. I'm not like,
yeah, I was going to say
they've got to have at least 10, right?
20.
Oh, well, I was right. At least 10.
Their entire goalies, all 3 goalies are from Canada. Half of the defensive line is from Canada. Most of the forward line, most of them are Canadian. That's ridiculous. I didn't realize. You know what, Edmonton? I was unfamiliar with the game. I will support the Oilers this round because most of your roster is Canadian. That's ridiculous. I did not realize.
Part of me almost doesn't want to watch because I've legitimately not watched a single second of hockey since the first round. And my basketball team's doing well. And I'm superstitious. And I'm a little concerned about now watching hockey and that throwing off my basketball team. So I don't know. Well, we'll see. I'm sure I'll watch some of it. It's lame that the Cup Finals doesn't start until Wednesday. So now we got to wait all this time until the Cup Finals starts. The NBA Finals don't start till Thursday. At least the Pacers lost last night and the Knicks forced a game 6. So we're getting one more basketball game. Otherwise, it would have been a week without basketball. I hope the Knicks can force a game 7 just because it's more time to watch some basketball before I have to worry about the finals and my team playing. But these breaks between games suck. It just sucks. Like, I'm supposed to watch baseball for these next couple of weeks or days. That sucks. I don't want to watch baseball.
Why not? It's a long game. By the time one game ends, it's time for the next one.
I like baseball because they have like games in the afternoon and stuff, so I can just like throw it on while I'm working and everything. Like, so I do appreciate basketball or baseball for that. I just can't watch like a baseball game. Like of all the sports, I literally just said like I like watching the best play. So I'll watch like the baseball playoffs, and there's some like high drama in baseball plays. I remember watching the Guardians and Yankees series last year. That was like high drama in the baseball playoffs. I just can't. I can't watch regular season. 162 games, like it's just too much. Like, it's nice to have on in the background while I'm working, but I can't actually like keep up with everything going on. Like, I'm allegedly a Reds fan. I certainly don't claim to be a fan. Like, Sean's a fan who, like, I'm sure watches the majority of the games. I definitely don't. I can't name you like 6 players on the team, honestly.
Did you know? You probably don't.
I don't know shit, crybaby.
Once upon a time, I interviewed to work security for the Blue Jays, and like doing the usher thing. This is when I was like coming out of university. I was looking for a job for the summer, and I was offered the position because it's grunt work, right? You're standing in the stands, you're just helping people to their seats and making sure nobody gets hit by a foul ball, all this stuff. And they wanted you to be they wanted you at every single home game, no questions asked. So you got 162 games through the year. Let's say half of those are at home. That's 81 games where you are at the ballpark. That's a lot of baseball that you're not even watching for the most part because you're facing the other direction. Whew, that's a job I almost took, and I'm glad I didn't. But now the one thing about baseball that really upsets me is that the Skydome, the Rogers Center, is next door to the Ripley's Aquarium, where my toddler has now forced me to get a membership. He literally pointed a toy gun to my head and said, "Get it." That's not what happened.
I believe it.
Now we've been demonetized. Use the word.
Yeah.
It's fine. What else is new? I haven't even done the gimmicks yet because we were too busy getting into my feelings. Sorry, therapy's next week. It was last week and it's every 2 weeks. We've gotten into the point where we like to go on a Sunday morning, but now all the families are going to the aquarium before they go to the Jays games. The Jays games on Sundays are at 1:00, so it starts getting real busy at that aquarium by like 10 a.m. So we got to like rush out because the aquarium is only so big. And that's the worst part. Glad that the memberships aren't that expensive, but good Lord, stop it. Stop it, baseball. Go away.
Yeah, baseball is fine. It's definitely my least favorite of the 4 major sports. So football's back in 100 days. I saw that countdown going on. So there's that. But only worried about one thing right now, Joel. We're only worried about the NBA Finals. That's all I have energy and capacity for at this point.
Well, eventually it'll come back, and you'll be stressing yourself out all over again.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the stress.
But at least you get this weekend to kind of have a reprieve and, hopefully breathe a little bit. There's no like big time wrestling shows going on.
And like I miss it though. Like especially when your team's
you miss being on edge. You miss feeling that way.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Because we've been winning. So
fair.
Like at least it's been leading to like good vibes. Like after a win, you want to wait a little while, because I think if I knew the game was like Monday, I'd enjoy it more. The fact that it's not until Thursday is just annoying. Like the wait is so long. Like it's literally going to be over a week since we played. I saw somebody ask like, where is it? I'm trying to pull it up. Oh, Will asking, worried about a long layoff for the Thunder. Not really. Like this team has had long layoffs all season. Their last regular season game and their first game against Memphis was a week off. Their first game against Denver after their last game against Memphis was a week off. And now here's another week off. And look, they blew out Memphis in game 1. They should have blown out Denver in game 1, but they just completely threw up on themselves in the final few minutes. So not really. And the fact that it's at home is a comforting fact. Like they've only lost one playoff game at home, and that was the aforementioned throw-up game. Otherwise, they've beaten teams by like 15 plus in every home game this postseason. So no, it doesn't. I'm not too worried about a long layoff, honestly, and I'm optimistic right now. Truth be told, like the Knicks, the Pacers, we should beat these teams. We really should. It's going to be a disappointment if we don't win the championship. We're better than both of these teams. And I think the Pacers are good, but they're not as good as us. And the Knicks, I haven't like fully bought into all playoffs, but if they make it to the finals, they make it to the finals. They're not as good as us. Like we should beat these teams. So talk to me again on Monday. I'll be freaking out and I'll be telling you why the Eastern Conference team will win in 3 games. But yeah, we should win.
What's the wager that you'll make with McAfee or Michael Cole when your teams face off in the?
I want the pencil. Give me the pencil if the Thunder win. That's what I want.
You'll get
let me book.
Like
yeah, say let me book Evolve. Give me that show.
You saw the
4-way matches. Get out of here with the.
You saw the tweet that went around with all the Chirons, the lower thirds, and they all have just silly wrestler, bits on them. I love that. I immediately thought of you. I'm like, that's something Jeremy would do. That's something AEW would used to do, right? When they would have them on everyone's lower thirds. That stuff's fun. Everyone's like, oh, someone has a problem with the roster. I'm like, someone's having fun on the show that not enough people are watching, clearly.
Joel, I'll confirm this to you and everyone in the chat. There is a member of the AEW roster who is aware of Ring of Hallucinations.
Of course there is.
Just letting everyone know. There is someone on the AEW roster aware of Ring of Hallucinations, and I'm angling for this job continuously. I'm never going to get it. But the fact that like this person watches this dumbass show and is like,
oh no, there have been people who have followed this YouTube channel where I'm like, What are you watching, and how can I make you stop? There's been one. I'm gonna put him in the private chat, and you're just gonna be like, of course it is. But yeah, there was someone who followed us recently, and I was like, seriously?
Oh,
It was very funny.
okay. I'm not going to tell you who it is, everybody. It's a big name in my book. I think this person's fantastic. But I think anybody who's willing to watch the show, it's Bryan Danielson, everybody. Obviously, it's Bryan Danielson.
You bet.
It's always Bryan Danielson. It's always Bryan Danielson.
Oh man. Sorry, so I have a MacBook that I'm trying to sell. Okay. And I put it up on Facebook Marketplace. People know about my dealings with Facebook Marketplace lately. Someone asked me about the battery health because listen, full disclosure, it needs a replacement. It is a 2017 MacBook Air. It needs a battery replacement because it's old. The guy asks, what's the battery health? Does it say normal or service recommended? I'm like, it says service recommended. It says in the ad. Then he asks, what's the cycle count? And I tell him the cycle count. And the response is, that's a lot. To which I reply, yes, it's a MacBook from 2017. Like, what do you think? I just use it once, put it away for a year, and hope for the best? Like, come on, buddy. It needs a new battery. You can afford it if you just pay for the stupid MacBook. Anyway, trying to tell people about that is fun. By the way, what also is fun is leaving a thumbs up on the video. We're 20 minutes in, so clearly we are ahead of schedule where you should be doing this right now. Go ahead. Leave a thumbs up on the video. Pyro and ballyhoo and getting into the weekend. It's my birthday on Sunday, so I need your fireworks and your thumbs up. There we go. Subscribe to the channel, just like the randomest of people have been doing. If you want to be just like, I don't know, every single person in wrestling catching this show for some reason, go ahead. Go drop a thumbs up and subscribe. And you can donate a super chat any amount, get your question or statement read on the air. We have one in the chamber already, ready to go, but it's gonna have to wait until we get to the main topic of the day. And by the way, don't know if we said it at the top, we kind of mentioned it. Paul London joins the show once again, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. He'll be here in about an hour's time talking about MLW War Chamber that airs on June 7th. And also, let's face it, it's Paul. We're gonna go way off the rails. It's just the way it goes. Whenever Paul London's on the show, anything and everything happens. Jeremy's going to do some pitches. I'm going to sit there trying not to get us to monetize. It'll be a great time. Y'all will get into it. Y'all can send questions in at this point because no one's going to get on our ass about us asking Paul London your questions. That other guy doesn't want to reply to my emails anyway. So what does it matter?
I was so happy when MLW they messaged in there like, we're announcing Paul London's match today. Do you guys want him on the show? And I'm like, yeah, we do. We were literally just talking about getting Paul London back on the show. I was about to message you guys and be like, hey, you guys got a show next week. Can we get Paul London on the show? So this actually works out great. Like, he's on the West Coast. What's the latest time slot, you guys? Like 11:30? Because we weren't going to do 15 minutes with Paul. We're going to end up going overtime today anyway. So it was like 11:30. I was like, I know that's 8:30 for him. He's like, Paul will be fine. I was like, all right, cool. Like, it's gonna be 8:30 for Paul London.
Paul's gonna show up and just be like, he didn't sleep last night. That's what he's gonna say.
Yeah,
I haven't
fair.
slept. Yeah,
don't blame him.
I'd be the same way. Micah sent a super chat saying, happy birthday, Joel. Last but not least, anyone but the Dallas Stars. I'm fine with that.
Micah gets it. Yeah, Micah gets it. I appreciate you, Micah. It was, I don't know if you've been listening, but I refused to watch any of the playoffs since round one. And now maybe I can watch more of the playoffs. It's, man, sorry, Matthew. Look, man, you guys beat us.
You picked your poison. That's fine. You picked.
It's so annoying that Mikko Rantanen had 22 points in the playoffs. Like, that's a good number, obviously. 22 points. 17 of those points came in 5 games. And then 13 points. Or then 5 points came in 13 games. That's absurd. 17 points in 5 games. And then 5 points in 13 games. I mean, that's the Mikko experience. Any Avs fan could have told you this was very likely. It's just annoying that the big explosion came in the first round and basically 2 periods against my hockey team to send us home. So it's frustrating, but yeah, I can at least watch hockey again. So you, Matthew, I don't know what's going on with DeBoer and Ottinger, but good luck like that. Good luck with it. Did you see all that, Joel?
No, what happened?
Pete DeBoer just threw Jake Ottinger under the bus.
No, in the postseason pressings.
I mean, yeah, in the postseason, but even the game last night. So it was game 5 last night, and Ottinger gave up 2 goals in like the first 7 minutes, and he got pulled. He pulled them, and then they gave up another goal like 1 minute later. And in the post game press conference, DeBoer is like, well, Jake has lost like 6 of his last 7 starts against Edmonton, so we felt we just needed a change in there. And and then he was asked, like, is this the best team you've ever taken to like the Western Conference Finals? He's like, well, I don't know. I guess on paper it was. Like he just sounded like a dude who's like, I'm done. I'm out of here. Which good, because I mean, Jared Bednar can't beat Pete DeBoer, so please go to the East or something, so we don't have to lose to you every time you're in the playoffs. But you remember the Marc-Andre Fleury picture he posted with the sword through himself? Yes. That was because DeBoer threw him under the bus. Now people have done the people have done the Photoshop with Ottinger with the sword through his chest. But yeah, like Pete DeBoer just decided, I'm out of here. I don't feel like coaching these dudes anymore. Just throwing his goalie under the bus, man. I thought I hadn't watched the playoffs. Ottinger I thought was very good in the Avs series. He had some rough games, but he kept them in a lot of games. And then I don't know how he played. He outplayed Hellebuck, but everybody outplays Hellebuck in the playoffs. And I guess he wasn't good against Edmonton, but it didn't seem like Dallas was very good against Edmonton altogether. So yeah, DeBoer just decided, all right, let's burn it down. No Seth Rollins.
That's what you should do. Whenever you are going down, bring the whole damn team down with you. That's what you do. Like I said, when the show goes down, it's because I'm leaving.
Absolutely amazing. Just couldn't believe it, but whatever. I got no stake in Dallas. The more these teams around the Avs burn, the better for my team, because I don't know what the hell my team's doing this offseason with no money and no assets.
Just sell the team.
I mean, can we buy the Avs? That'd be sweet.
You go back to Phoenix, go to Tempe, play at the
we're not going. No, we're not moving the team. Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Just sell the team. Listen, the Ducks need to sell their team, but that's a whole other can of worms. Making terrible coaching decisions. Woof. Anyway, let's not talk about my Ducks either. Ken Bruno sends a super chat saying, "Works made it impossible." Ken, where have you been? Actually, he explains it here.
Yeah.
It made it impossible for me to watch a lot of ITW live in the last month or so. Wanted to pop in, send good vibes your way. Happy birthday, Joel. Thank you so much, Ken. Really do appreciate you. We miss you in the chat. We miss your random photoshops as well. Your new thumbnails for us.
Ken tweeted about the rehearsal. You watch this show, Joel? I'm sure you've heard about it. Nathan Fielder. You've heard about it, right? It's
the Nathan Fielder. Yeah, I've seen him doing the rounds now, and he's I saw him do CNN, and that was something else. Yeah,
this show's absurd. Like, I don't even want to try to explain it. So I've only watched. Nobody spoil, please. I want to preface this. Nobody spoiled the show because I'm only on season 1. I just finished episode 4 of season 1. So please, I've heard the finale of season 2 is like amazing. So please, again, nobody spoil. This show is absolutely absurd. I did watch him on CNN with the pilot bit. Like, that was great. But so I put it on last night as the wife is going to bed. She's like, "Oh, what are you watching?" I'm like, "Oh, the rehearsal." And she's like, "I've heard about this show. Like, it looks really good." And, I've just seen, she saw the CNN bit as well. And she's like, "Oh, it looks cool and everything." And she's like, "What's it actually about?" And I'm trying to explain this to her, and I can't do it. I'm just like, Nathan is like doing, like, he's rehearsing stuff. So he like pays these actors to basically rehearse real life situations these people want to do. and like I'm trying to like tell her everything that's going on, and like I sound like crazy trying to explain it. Like it's just a show you gotta watch. Like you just have to watch it. And well, I completely get it if like it's not for you. Like it's definitely an odd show, but it's engaging to me. Like I watch it and I'm just intrigued by what's going to happen next because I really don't know what's going to happen next. So I think it's good. And again, I've only watched the first 4 episodes of season 1. I'm hoping to finish season 2 at some point today, and then hopefully I can get into or season 1, and then hopefully I can get into season 2 at some point this weekend. But it's an absurd show in like the best way possible. Like if you're expecting like high comedy, I don't feel like it's super high comedy, but like some of the situations are comedy, and like the way Nathan portrays stuff is very comedic. So I think it's good. If you haven't seen it, I'd say check it out. It might not be for you. I would understand if it's not for certain people, but it's something, man.
Apparently it's gaining a lot of acclaim from the autistic community, from the autism community, because of like there's been this whole thing about like Nathan Fielder and what's called autistic masking, which I can't explain very well. I was reading about it and I'm like, I don't have as much experience with people who are on that spectrum. I can only understand what I understand, and this was not one of those things. But regardless, it seems to be like people are kind of attaching themselves to it because it's putting a light on it in a positive way, but it's still that awkward Nathan Fielder way of presentation. So I'm going to find the time to watch it. I'm sure someone in the chat will have a better idea of what I'm trying to talk about, but it is something that I noticed. I was like, okay, there seems to be like some sort of connection here between the autism community and this show getting popularity.
It's something. It is something, but I hope people check it out if you want. Like you don't have to, but I think it's an enjoyable show.
Yeah, I watched the CNN thing yesterday. That was a 20-minute segment, and it was like 4 people, and Nathan who's done TV and knows how this goes, is like talking over people and stepping over people. It's very awkward, but it's very in the vein of what you should see in this story.
I definitely think like you either like his brand of comedy or you don't. I don't know if there's a real in between with him. And I see Jules is saying the same thing. Like, yeah, it seems like if you watch this show, you're either going to find this like enjoyable and engaging and intriguing, or you're going to just be like, this is kind of dumb and feels a little pointless. And like, I can understand if people see it that way. Honestly, I can, because I try to see both sides of things. Like I'm not going to sit here and be like, you're just dumb if you don't get it. Like, how do you not understand the brilliance of it? I do think like if you don't at least understand what he's going for and see why it is like kind of genius, then, then maybe you should reevaluate who you think is a genius. But I also understand it's like wrestling, right? Like some people love the high spots and the 40-minute matches and all of that stuff, and other people like something a little more technical and shorter. And like you can understand why people like both of them. But I think you can also, I think most fans, I don't know about most, but I think most fans should see the genius of both sides of those matches and appreciate the other side, even if one might not be for them.
All wrestling is terrible, though. That's really what the point of this is. Yeah,
fair.
Exactly.
That's why we avoid talking about wrestling for the first 34 minutes of this show.
Well, it's kind of what we do, though. Like, who wants to talk about wrestling? It's a morning show. We're going to do everything, but I just saw Big Dave dropped his news, and I did see the star rating for the John Cena match.
Oh, did he? I mean, I'm sure he gave it.
I care about because it's funny.
He gave it like half a star, didn't he?
1.25.
1.25, sure.
I don't care about star ratings. This was just one where it's just like I got to see it just to see, and I want to know what his reasoning is. I'm sure it's in the newsletter, but it was a good laugh. Who cares? It's star ratings. It's all subjective garbage. Gobbledygook, if you will. I watch TNA for Christ's sake, professionally.
That sounds terrible.
People asking about the crowns and the XP in the chat. They're trying to make the YouTube chat a game now, which I don't understand.
What?
Yeah. If you log in on YouTube and into the stream, you have this like weird purpley crown thing. I've noticed it on other streams, and now they're starting to do it. I don't know. I've got to look into it. I'm sure YouTube Studio has tried to explain it to me, and I just haven't cared enough.
I see it.
Yeah, you see it here.
I have 0 XP. I'm on my burner account, so I don't want to put anything in the chat.
Do it. No, do it. Come on.
No. I'm not going to put anything.
Someone asked,
how
do you get
XP? I guess chat a lot, like, is how you get XP.
And like, this isn't me shilling, but I have to assume that like, if you give super chats, you get more XP because then you're showing.
Yeah, it is. So it says community leaderboard and XP. What's the leaderboard? A place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges in live chat. It resets every stream, so you can always try again.
What the why?
How do you? Oh, you know what? Hold on.
Okay.
How do you get
on? They're Twitchifying your YouTube. Is what they're doing.
How do you get on the leaderboard? You'll need to collect experience points or XP. Here's how you get them: send live chat messages, send super chats, and super stickers. All right, Joel. You know what?
Science time.
We're gonna start a game.
Game.
We're gonna start a game.
I'm also still. I want to know what this show comments on stage thing does. Oh, it's literally going to show chat on the main screen.
Yeah, it's just at the bottom there. Oh yeah, yep. It just.
That seems like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
So there it is. What happens when I click it? It just pops up bigger. What's the point?
There you go. All right.
I'm not doing this.
You get plus 50 if you do a super. Oh no, maybe I'm lying. It's plus 50 because that's where I'm on the leaderboard, my burner account. All right, Joel. We're gonna start a game on this channel now. Because this is the thing. At the end of every week, so after every show, I gotta somehow keep up with this. For every show, we're gonna see who's in first place, the top 3, and you're gonna get points based on being the top 3. You get 3 points for being 1, 2 points for being 2, 1 point for being 3. At the end of the week, we won't do the end of the week. At the end of the month, if you are in first place, we're going to get you something. I don't know what, but we're going to get you something.
This is
what's a good...
What's a good? Well, first of all, like Xeno Hour is trying to like spam the chat with the alphabet to get the XP points up. That's yes, that is the loophole. Don't do it. Don't make me put on slow mode for our stupid show. What's I don't know. What could we give away?
What's something we could give away, chat?
Within
reason. Like we ain't rich on this channel over here. We ain't Denise Salcedo. We ain't got that kind of money around here. We can't be giving away. Like
I was about to pitch an RJ City cameo, and then I saw he charges $55.
I feel like he would do it for us for free, right?
No, I don't know about that. Maybe with a graphic. Who could we get? Brian Alvarez is 14 Canadian dollars.
Get you a Brian Alvarez cameo. That would actually be amazing.
That's the dumbest best bit we can do. We get a Dave LaGreca cameo for this person.
How much does LaGreca charge?
I don't see him on here. I don't know if he does it, but I'm just thinking of like he's someone that would be absolutely hilarious. See Taylor Hendricks is here. Should get Daniel Spencer. Who else is there? Who's cheap? Apparently, Axel Tischer is the same price as Brian Alvarez.
Fair.
That's all right. Who's Aaron Roberts? He's $7.
I actually think a Brian Alvarez cameo would be hilarious. Well, it costs $14.
That's 14 Canadian, so it's probably about like what, $7 American.
Oh, yeah. LaGreca congratulating someone for being the top in the Weeds fan would actually be funny as hell.
I gotta find this. Hold on. LaGreca. Let's see. I think Gabby Laspiza does. Oh, there we go. Dave LaGreca. He's 34 Canadian.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? How dare he?
What?
He's done birthdays. Book a personal video for 34.50 Canadian, which is what was that 20? He's probably about 25. It's probably 25 American.
I think that I would do a Fightful Select sub, but I feel like most people here already have Fightful Select, so yeah. It'd kind of just be, if you don't, we'll gladly do a Fightful Select sub. If that, I feel like that's, fair on what to do. We'll do a Fightful Select sub.
LaGreca charges an extra 50 to put on the pink robe.
Like, I believe that. Is that a thing?
No, it's not there, but I would love to see it.
I would buy it.
We should have gotten Jensen a LaGreca cameo for his birthday and made him wear the pink robe. Talk about Cody Rhodes.
I actually think I'm almost sold on this Alvarez cameo. Like $10. Look, they spent $10 on an Alvarez cameo. Brian Alvarez congratulating like pile driver finisher. Congrats, pile driver finisher, on being the top chatter for Fightfuls in the weeks. Just could you imagine?
Couldn't get your boss to do it, huh?
Yeah.
Nope. every month Alvarez has
every month he's got to do this bit. That's the funniest part of it. It's just like every month he has to do it.
This might be great. Paul Driver's talking about getting Paul London to do it, but I don't think Paul would remember after the first one.
No.
Getting Alvarez to do it would be perfect. Congratulations, Mr. Finisher.
All right, you know what? We're gonna do Alvarez, the Alvarez cameo.
Guy saying a Jimmy Van cameo.
Dude, Alvarez is gonna message Sean. It's like, why am I doing cameos for your show?
Don't even tell Sean about this.
Yeah.
Just let this run its natural.
Until Sean just gets a random message of like, how come I keep having to do cameos for your show? What is this? Sean's like, I have no idea. All right, folks. June starts on Monday. June starts on Monday. I mean, I think it starts earlier. I think it
starts Sunday.
Yeah, but no, we're not doing Sean cameos. That's too easy.
Sean also charges $20.
I mean, Sean would do it for free if he knew this was the bit. Like
it's not the same. It's not the same, damn it.
Yeah, that's too easy. It's much funnier if we're just ribbing Alvarez. At some point, this is going to lead to Brian being on the show, which would be great because I love Alvarez. I think he's hilarious. I've been mistaken for Brian Alvarez.
Really?
Yeah, Sean's told that story.
I don't see it.
Yeah, Sean's told that story. I don't even think it was mistaken of Brian Alvarez, but the guy at the bar was like, he recognized Sean. He's like, oh, Sean. And then I think he was playing up there like Sean is like Meltzer. And so Sean was like, do you know this person? And he's like, Brian Alvarez? No, absolutely not. Maybe it's the long hair. It was dark too, though.
They were probably inebriated.
He's the bouncer at the bar, so I don't feel like he was drunk. So no, he worked at the bar. Yeah, Revolution. Yeah, Sophie remembers the story. Yeah. Blake Christian cameos, $25. We're gonna do the Alvarez bit for a while until he finally catches on. I gotta keep track of like who is actually like now the top commenters on each show and everything, so I can get assigned points.
Is that an easy thing to keep track of?
Yeah, it's there. Like I just go onto the site and it has like the top 3 on the community leaderboard. So
okay.
Yeah, it's very easy to keep track of. Yeah.
Okay. I'm on the studio tab and I don't see. I see we got this early. We got early access to this thing. But yeah, other than that.
No, you can't do it through StreamYard. Like I have to you have to go onto the YouTube page. Which
I'm on my YouTube studio page.
Oh, okay.
I just
I'm
don't
just
see it
on like the. Oh, I'm not on the studio. I'm just like on
You're on the main.
like YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Everybody's at like 75 right now. So I don't actually know like how like you get a bunch of points, honestly, because everyone's just like at 75. Nobody's going up.
Well,
And everybody's commenting.
LiveGlass donated a super chat to see if it helps their XP. So
Oh, okay.
guess
All
we'll
right.
find out soon enough. Doing it for science.
See.
Appreciate you, LiveGlass.
Yeah.
Saw
we'll
you
see.
commenting on the TNA post show last night. Thank you very much.
All right. Keep commenting, keep leaving super chats. We'll see what it says at the end of the show here. Let's
Get a bunch of points by yelling at Dave.
We'll even put we got a month to flesh out this full idea, but Alvarez cameo is the leader in the clubhouse right now.
You could win $69+ for a Jonathan Coachman cameo.
That's
terrible. Oh man. Did you guys touch on that story yesterday?
No,
or did it
why would we?
No. There's not much to say. I bring this up only because there was someone for some reason the TNA chat last night asking about it, and very very simply put, Jonathan Coachman said on his podcast that Vince had expressed interest in buying back WWE, and the response is basically, yeah, well, no, he can't because he doesn't have the money to do it, and that's the crux of the story. And it's not a knock on Coachman in this case. He was told what he was told, and that's it. That's the story. Someone told Coach, yeah, he'd buy it. And then we just said, oh, with what money? And that's it. I did get your super chat about Paul London, and I kind of want to ask it while Paul's on the show. I hope that's what you were waiting for. If you want it to be asked while Paul's on the show, we can do that. If you want me to do it now, I can put that out there too. But I feel like it was for Paul.
I'm not acknowledging this Coachman stuff.
No, you don't have to. That's all I really needed to put out there, and then I just needed to breathe for a second. Breath for a second. Okay, so the super chats for Paul. We will read it. It is here. It is starred. You will get it. We're 47 minutes in, so let's get the other super chat. Vanilla Fumble. It's coming from Volub. Is what we call when Paul.
Vanilla baby.
Thank you. And I, being Volub, shares the same opinion. Money in the Bank sucks. Win a real match. Hot take. So, yeah. WrestleVotes said on their show something to the effect of Paul Levesque is not the biggest fan of the Money in the Bank concept and match. What does that mean moving forward for Money in the Bank, considering it's a full-on PLE for WWE? It is one of their tentpole events at this point and one of their tentpole gimmicks, and arguably one of their one of their more popular ones for having that moment. You know, when someone cashes in at the last second and it's a big shock, blah, 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 blah. What does it mean? Because in its history, Paul Levesque, Triple H, the character, certainly had nothing to do with Money in the Bank in any way, shape, or form. I think Sean even went out of his way to point out the amount of times Triple H wasn't around the Money in the Bank story or matches. This was quite the interesting little news tidbit that came out yesterday. What were your thoughts when you saw it?
I mean, good for him. The Money in the Bank thing is kind of run its course. We've seen it these past few years. Like, he likes to get the briefcase off somebody quickly. And maybe like at least one of them is quick, right? And then the other one might take a little while longer. But one of them is always very quick. He's never held Money in the Bank, never been in a Money in the Bank match. He's never been cashed in on. The only time he was really involved was when he was the referee when Orton cashed in. I mean, his first year that he like kind of inherited Money in the Bank was the Austin Theory stuff. And look what he did with that. Like he wanted nothing to do with Austin Theory having Money in the Bank. And then after that, he's taken the briefcase off somebody quick, and another one might have run a little bit longer. I don't think he quite knows what to do with the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. And I'm not saying that is like a full-on knock, because there's only so much you can do with it when they've been doing this gimmick for like 20 years now. I know it hasn't quite been, that long, but they've been doing it for a while now. So there's only like so much you can really do with it. So I get why he might not be a fan of it, because he does like more just like long-term traditional stuff. Like he likes the longer title reigns. He likes putting it in the GPS and seeing where it takes him, type of thing. I don't think he fully loves doing something that is quick and almost like a pivot, because I don't know if he's that great at it. Like, look at this John Cena heel turn stuff. I don't think this was the original idea. This is something where it was a quick pivot. Okay, this is what we got to do, and look how that's going. I think he likes to kind of map out things a little bit longer so he can say, don't worry, guys, we know where we're going with this. Just let us tell our story and go from there. I understand why he doesn't like it. But as you mentioned, it's kind of their fifth biggest pay-per-view at this point. Like, it's Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, not in that order, and Money in the Bank. This was a show they were going to hold in a stadium a few years ago before it didn't sell well enough, because it was the same night as the UFC card. And so they ended up moving it to the arena in Vegas. This was a stadium show a few years ago. Like, this is their fifth biggest show. It's become that big and become that important in the WWE universe. So he's almost stuck with it, because I don't know if you can just like get rid of it in that way.
SB3 pointing out in the chat that, this is the 20th year of the Money in the Bank.
Oh, shit, I was right. It has been 20. Okay.
Yeah, because they started at WrestleMania 21, right? When it was just the Money in the Bank ladder match as part of WrestleMania. Then it broke out in 2010 into its own pay-per-view. And since then it's been doing it, right? It's been its own PLE. And over the years, it's been, again, I'll put it like this. Carmella held this briefcase for the women for 287 days. That's the longest anyone has spent holding it. Behind her is Damian Priest. And that's because at one point you just kind of needed to have someone hold it for longer than even a month. Because at one point we were getting to a point where it was like everyone was holding it for an average of about 30 some odd days or less. The drop from here, so Nikki ASH held it for a day. And then Asuka, technically, this is something that's been brought up. She had it for 1 day officially by WWE. Sorry, not officially. She had it 1 day, but she held it for 25 days because of when they filmed it. But then in canon, it's 1 day because then she was given the Raw Women's Championship because Becky was pregnant. So you've got a lot of like 1 day, 2 day, 5 days. The jump between 8 day, then it goes to 28 days. So that's when you start seeing a few more extras. But like, you've got about 10 people who held it for hours, 24 hours or less, which is pretty wild. But you gotta start building a story out of it. And like you said, Triple H for the last little bit has had one person hold it for a short amount of time and the other one holds it a little longer. Is this the year where you keep to that, or do you completely blow it up and have one hold it for, or maybe they both hold it for a long time, maybe they both don't hold it very long at all, and they're just like, here, damn, we're done with it. You know, you saw your show and the moment comes and the moment goes. One cashes in on, what if it's the same night? Well, they kind of ruin the moments, but you know, Jay gets cashed in on Raw the night after Money in the Bank, and then on the SmackDown following, whoever won for the women cashes in on the women's champion. Presumably, it's still Tiffany Stratton at that point. What if that's the play? They just get it in, get it out, and that's it. Maybe that's the last time you see Money in the Bank. For all we know, this is going to turn into Paul just being like, well, that's the end of that. No more Money in the Bank after this. We basically killed the gimmick for you by cashing in the night after.
What if they cash in, but as they cash in, they open the briefcase and the AEW world title is in there. They just bought a replica and they have the AEW world title in there. And the person who won the briefcase, who is cashed in, he takes the title and he spray paints an X down it. And he calls himself the real world's champion. I feel like this is never before seen that they could go with here. How about they do that? That would kill the Money in the Bank briefcase, right?
No, more just maybe just give it a little more prestige, if you ask me. Grace pointing out, we know that there's a Money in the Bank next year in New Orleans, or do we? Just because they announced something, WWE has now set precedents. Doesn't have to happen that way.
They've never fucked over New Orleans before, have they, folks?
Do you imagine? They're like, all right, I know we said that we would do Money in the Bank next year, but it came out recently that it's if you've been living under a rock, it's true. I do hate Money in the Bank, so get ready for Extreme Rules NOLA.
Somebody's gonna. I wish somebody would ask him at one of these the press conferences next week. They're doing Money in the Bank next week. I want someone to ask him, like, hey, there was. But see, he's gonna fire back like, "Oh, don't read everything you see, or don't believe everything you read online." Like, you're not gonna get a great answer. I wouldn't even ask him about, like, "Hey, there's a report." I just ask him, like, "What are your thoughts on the Money in the Bank concept? Like, just what are your thoughts on it?" That's it.
Yeah, just say, "Hey, if you want some preface, you're just like, Paul, 20 years since the first Money in the Bank match. This has been an historic, event traditionally for WWE. Is there any feeling about over the years you as an active competitor being a part of the Money in the Bank universe and not ever being cashed in on? Or, there are ways that you can phrase it so that you give him the leeway to give it praise, but also open it up for him to say it's not his favorite if he wants to go that route.
Yeah, there's a way to frame it that's not like there's a report online that says you dislike Money in the Bank, because he's just gonna shoot that down and be like, don't believe everything you read online.
Yeah, there's one thing about the internet is it's always going to be true, right? If it's on the internet, it's got to be true. Well, Paul, let me tell you about the time someone reported about a little show called WrestleMania in New Orleans. How did that turn out? Okay, you've been living under a rock. We're going to go back to Las Vegas for WrestleMania. So you're confirming it. Just getting. I gotta stop.
I get again why he might not like Money in the Bank. It's a concept that is just it has been 20 years. I didn't realize it's legitimately been 20 years. Like, it's been around for a while. You can only do it so much. You know what I mean? Like, you can do like the quick shot cash in the day of or the day after. You can do a long-term thing. We've already seen a WrestleMania cash in. People are saying that Jericho came up with the idea, and so that's why he doesn't like it. You know what? I believe it.
It's a very good point.
I buy that, actually.
He loves Elimination Chamber because he was part of the brain trust that came up with it. But I'm talking Paul, not Jericho, but Jericho coming up with the Money in the Bank, and Paul just being like, "Well, it's not my idea, so I don't really care about it." Someone's sorry, he's all like triple Eric Cartman. Yeah, screw you guys, I'm going home.
You know what? I buy that idea. Actually, I completely buy that. That's why he doesn't like it. Like, he uses the War Games concepts because it was a Dusty thing, and he obviously has a lot of respect for Dusty. So, I'm in on it was a Jericho idea, so he doesn't like it. It's like, you know what? This is why I actually dislike it. That's how you should bring it up in the press conference. Be like, 20 years ago, Chris Jericho invented Money in the Bank. What are your thoughts on it?
I was gonna say, everything we said nice about framing a question for the press, blow it out the window. 20 years ago, Chris Jericho came up with this thing you hate. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's how it should be framed, honestly. Bring it up in that way. Sorry, I'm knocking over my Legos.
Your Legos? Oh, is it the SpongeBob ones?
I got a heart. And I have a Reese Lego. There's Reese cups inside. They're Lego Reese. No, you can't eat it.
Can we talk about these for a second as we go back off hill?
What?
Reese's with caramel?
Nah, see, I don't like caramel.
Oh, I do. These are very good.
I mean, I believe it, but I'm not a big like caramel fan. There's only so much I can like eat with caramel. Like, Snickers has caramel in it, right? Pretty sure.
Snickers does. One of them does and one of them doesn't. Mars has caramel, I think.
I don't really
No, maybe it's Snickers. I don't know. I wish Reese's would sponsor us. That'd be great.
Oh, that would rule, honestly. Nah, I don't like many things. Like, I'll eat it. Like, if it's there. I get the wife Ghirardelli. She likes the caramel ones. I get her that, and she likes that. Yeah, she likes Milky Way. She likes stuff with caramel in it. Like, I'll eat it if it's in front of me. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you know what? I'm a caramel snob here. Just I will not eat anything with caramel. I like Twix.
Yeah,
so
Twix is good. Yeah.
That is. Does that have caramel?
Yeah, that's cookie and
Okay.
caramel on a chocolate thing.
Yeah. So like, it's not that I'm against caramel. I'm sure the Reese's with caramel is very good. It's just not something like I go out of my way of like I need something with caramel. Like, if it's in front of me, if it's there, I'll eat it. But I'm not gonna go. But I do love Snickers though. I do love Snickers.
Yeah, this is absolutely the way to frame the question. What's up, legend? Jericho and #1 rock confidant Brian Gewirtz came up with the brilliant idea of Money in the Bank. Any thoughts on that concept? And by the way, keep doing you, legend. Love Stephanie's Places.
That would actually be that would be such a good question. Honestly, someone should do that. Someone should frame it that way.
Someone pointed out it should be Jericho asking the question, and Jericho being like, "Hi, Chris Jericho from Web is Jericho."
That would be great. They used to do peanut butter Twix. Oh, that sounds good. I do like the peanut butter. A frozen Reese's is like the greatest thing in the world to me. Like, so good, so good.
I'll put them in the fridge. I won't put them in the freezer. I think the freezer was
fridge
a little for me. Yeah, freezer's a little too hard.
I like doing a frozen Snickers as well. Like, I'll put the Snickers in the freezer, and that's really good.
You get a knife and fork after
that? No, you just bite it. You know.
We should ask Paul London his feelings on.
We 100% will. This sounds like just talking about candy with Paul London. Yeah, somebody saying refrigerated Girl Scout cookies. They ruin the Thin Mints. The Thin Mints in the freezer used to be the greatest cookie in the world, and they put them in the plastic instead of the tinfoil wrapping, and the plastic doesn't get the freeze enough because it's just plastic. It's like you just put them in a bag and put, like, you got to have them in the foil because the foil sucks up all the cold air and the cookie absorbs it to freeze it more. I don't know if that's how physics works or anything, so I make it up in my brain. But when they move to the plastic wrapper from the foil wrapper, it doesn't hit the same. I don't know who made that decision, but they should be fired.
Wow. That's a harsh decision to make. Firing them just because they didn't do it your way?
It's not that they're not doing it my way. It's that they messed with the formula. You know, like, why did you mess with an already great formula? You had it perfect, and then someone decided to screw it up. And that's what I'm more upset about. It's not like, oh, you didn't do it my way. So no, you had it right. And then someone came in and screwed it up. So yeah, they should be fired.
That's fair.
I don't take that back.
You know who else should be fired? Whoever decided to keep Smackdown at 3 hours.
Oh, that's a thing. That sucks.
Apparently, it's still a thing. I know, because I know SB3.
Why was I talking about wrestling again? Go back.
I try to weave in and out just a little
candy
bit.
And cookies. That's way better.
Candy cookies. This would be the candy cookie pod. All right.
Yeah, candy and cookies.
You want to? I'm no longer watching all 3 hours of SmackDown. Not that I have been, but I've basically gotten back to the point where it's
fan,
just
Joel Pearl.
fake fan. Money absolutely kept SmackDown to 3 hours. Do not misunderstand. We are well aware. Money is the culprit in this one. Money has eyes, and the eyes say, "Give me more." And I'm not talking about Ryback. Feed me more. It was, apparently SmackDown sticking around at the 3 hour mark, and it's still a show I ain't going to be watching. Sorry. And if anyone asks me to do a post show on it, I happen either. Sorry. Once Against All Odds is next weekend, and it's on a Friday, and it starts at 10 p.m. Eastern. I ain't watching it. We're not doing a post show. Just putting that out there right now.
Why is TNA running another show? They just had one.
This is the shtick they do. This is exactly what you and I talked about with the whole Trick winning the title thing. It was the idea that they were going to do a 2-week, taping that covers for 2 weeks and then move on for this. And TNA is to blame for this. You're right, Pile Driver Finisher. You're right. TNA's to blame. But yeah, then they're going and doing a special in Tempe. And the main event is going to be Elijah versus Trick Williams. Sure.
They just had a show. They just had one. Don't stop it. Knock it off, TNA.
Well, the good news is after they do the show on next Friday, they don't have another show until Slammiversary on the July 20th. So you get about a month and a half off.
Just don't do that. I'm over their shows. I'm over all things total nonstop action.
You're not totally nonstop entertained?
No. I don't.
You missed the best part about TNA last night. I know you were focused on other things, right? You weren't watching TNA last night. Was Thompson on the beat?
Yeah, basketball was on.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes you have two screens going.
I have TNA on, but I don't like. So sometimes, yeah, I watch it and I pay attention to it. But like, if I don't have to, thank God for the GOAT, Andrew Thompson. If I don't have to, then I'm not paying full attention. What happened on this show last night?
All you need to know is that Tom Hannafin tapped back into his NXT training.
Yeah, he got pissed.
He was just pissed.
Trick Williams. Yeah, that was actually funny.
He just jumped on it all night. Every night he was like burying Trick Williams and then calling Steve Macklin the only TNA champion he recognizes. I was so, they're really putting it on. They're really putting it on.
That actually ruled. I did see that. That was actually very funny. I respected that.
There is an episode of Macram on with us. SP3 filled in, I think, while Jeremy was away, and the three of us cut it up. He's great. Love Jimmy.
Jimmy's been on with me in SP3 as well. So yeah, Jimmy's been on the show before.
Yeah, so I'll always try and pick at least just one thing from TNA that you got to get through. That's the one thing, because I remember last week we talked about the stupid Tessa spot with the table. That was hilarious. If I got to give you one thing from this week, it's just the way Hannafin, they treated the opening like it was a funeral, that they lost the title and everyone was upset. And then all of a sudden the whole night he's just getting upset anytime Trick Williams' name came up. It was frigging hilarious. There you go. It's good stuff. Liverpool is a Welsh accent. Damn it, Sean.
Joel can't do accents. Don't ask Joel to do accents. He can't do it.
What are you talking about? All the same accent?
Oh my gosh. You got to stop. What was that?
I don't know. SP3 saying I got asked in the chat who books better, TNA or MLW. I don't think MLW actually books. I just think MLW exists.
MLW is at a disadvantage because like they don't do weekly shows. They just do, their monthly shows. So it's not that like they're bad booking. It's just it can be tough to get it because they just do monthly shows. They do their live show and then they do like their special, and that's it. Like we'll talk to Paul about the War Chamber match, which I think is airing finally like next week, but that was taped like 2 weeks ago. So it's tough because they don't have weekly television. TNA is in a weekly television position, so I guess that makes it more difficult, but they bulk tape their shows anyway. At least MLW gets relatively easy to follow. It's just kind of like sometimes super indie stuff, right? It's just you're doing a cool show, here's a match, there's some build to it, but maybe not sometimes, and that's that. TNA, like, you're supposed to have weekly episodic stuff, and you don't always get it, or at least it's not that great.
Yeah, it's it is what it is. I don't expect much from MLW. I expect a little bit of entertainment, but I don't expect like a full-on story of weekly television. When Jensen does the Weekender, he's usually got, the results and what he thinks is happening. And 9 times out of 10, it's him saying Cruel needs to be the champion. I get it. We've had Cruel on this show. He's great. But yeah, the MLW is just, I go back to something Sean said, where it was like, people will make fun of MLW, but they continue to draw. Because when they're local in their area, they do well with the wrestling crowds. So people enjoy it. Why not? Then they tape it and they put it out, or they put on a live show and then they tape another extra show. That's what War Chamber was. That was the extra show, which to me was a bit surprising that they would just tape the War Chamber show. But I don't know, maybe Set Up and Tear Down was something they didn't really want to account for live, having to show video or do something else while they're trying to construct this ridiculous match. I kind of get it then.
Yeah.
Who else was in this War Chamber match? Jesus Christ.
I was the Rogue Horseman.
The Rogue Horseman. That's what it was.
Yeah. Against London and his crew. I can't remember who all Paul teamed with, but I'll look it up here in a second.
Matthew Justice, Alex Kane, Mr. Thomas.
There you go.
They've all been guests on this show, by the way.
Yes, that is true.
Yes.
I had to think about it for a second. I'm dumb. I can't think.
Justice has done the show twice. Kane has done the show once. Mr. Thomas did it when he got his new deal. Paul London has been here 50,000 times. Rogue Horseman, BRG has been on the show a couple of times, but the other members haven't. Did Bobby Fish ever do our show? No.
Oh, Big Dick Bob Fish has never done our show. That's very sad.
That is sad.
That we've not gotten Bob Fish on this show. I'm sure we could. I feel like we could get almost anyone from MLW. So
Sean asking, hasn't most of the MLW roster been on the show? Yeah, a good amount of them have. I mean, we haven't had CW Anderson. I think that was the Andersons was something that Sean got to do.
Yeah.
Delmi Exo, who's facing Shoko Nakajima for the featherweight championship. She's been on our show. We're going to have to find other ways to get her on our show later on. But the War Chamber looks like a fun show, but it's mostly that main event that's going to be a lot of fun.
Has Justice done twice or three times? I asked him, has he heard Creep by Smashing Pumpkins every single time, which is a very funny bit, and I'm going to keep doing it. But Justice rules. He's a good dude.
I know Justice did our show like once in a 2-week span.
Yeah.
He did twice in a 2-week span. And he joined and we were like, so what are we going to talk to you about? And it turned out to be a pretty good conversation, but yeah. It's always fun when you're just like, what are we going to talk about here? Because there ain't much.
We didn't get Mads in character, but we've had Cruel on the show. He didn't. It's very funny because he's done Spotlight and he had video for that. But the MLW one, when he was on for this one, like he was like, oh yeah, they don't want me to do like video to like protect the character and everything. Like, all right, that's fine. Like, fine. Well, it was like you just did Spotlight. Like at that point, it was like a month ago. Like you just did Spotlight, like completely out of character. It was fine, but he's like he didn't do it like in character though. He did like an out of character interview. He just didn't do a video to protect the character, but it was still like an out of character interview. I don't know what a character interview with him would be like because he doesn't like speak a ton in character. Anyway, he's a very nice guy. Like you would not. I don't know if you don't want to say like you would not expect that because I feel like a lot of wrestlers are nicer than maybe you'd get the impression of them. But like for him and his persona, you would just expect, oh, he might just be like kind of standoffish, but he's very super nice and like very giving with his time. They gave Jensen like an hour, which we were like, shit, okay, cool. Like I didn't know what to expect going in. I was like, I don't know if he's gonna do like character stuff. I don't know if he's just gonna be very reserved to like try to protect the character. And he's like, no, whatever you guys want to talk about, let's do it. I was like, all right, sweet. So yeah, Cruel's a very good dude.
I like the idea of non-committal grunts.
Yeah, that's basically what it would be.
That's an interview with Paul London, by the way.
I think there's only a handful of people I would want to do like a character interview with. It's probably more than maybe people would think because I think it'd be fun. Toni Storm, that's just her anyway. Like that's an easy one. Like yeah, just a full on character interview with Toni Storm. Chelsea Green was the other one. Wanted to do like a full on character interview with her. Those are like top two is Toni Storm and Chelsea Green because they're so good.
I don't think Toni Storm likes doing the post show pressers very much.
Yeah, well, they're dumb, so I don't disagree with her on that.
Yeah, I don't think she does, but because she's so entertaining and people like her, they keep trotting her up for it, and they're just like, just get in, get out, let's get this over with. Harley Cameron is one that would be fun too.
I don't know if Harley Cameron's really playing a character though. That's just like who she is. So.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get the person and they're absolutely outlandish as it is.
Yeah. MJF is another one. Like I don't know, like I don't know what the character for MJF is. That's just he's kind of playing himself.
I feel like MJF and I would get political and Jewy real fast, and some of y'all would get real turned off real fast, or really engaged. It could either be a make or break for the show. Remember earlier when I said when I leave the show, I'm going to take everyone down with me? That interview would be the test of that.
Yeah.
Let's get MJF on the show. We tried.
Yeah.
We did invite him after the quarters incident a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Because I was very outspoken about that and the timing of when it was and everything. Very outspoken, and he said, he basically said, well, it'll all show itself in due time or whatever, and then it never did. But anyway, the point is, I would like to have MJF on the show.
Ricochet, I'd love to get Ricochet on the show. I think Ricochet's doing fantastic work.
I agree.
I don't care if he's doing character or not. Like, I just think he's doing fantastic work, and I would like to have him on the show. Gabe Kidd again, I don't think he's playing a character. He's just Gabe Kidd. We'd ask Gabe Kidd the dumbest questions, though. That's
true. We decided if Gabe Kidd and I did an interview, it would be him and I slagging AEW the whole. Sorry, Europeans, you're not going to get that statement the same way it should. We're going to be making fun and dragging AEW the whole time, and then Gabe and I are going to realize we're best friends. Someone made a comment about a Gabe Kidd interview and said it's just like watching Noel Gallagher and Liam Gallagher give an interview, but in wrestling terminology. And I absolutely agree with that, because the Gallaghers are complete pricks, and I thought that was perfect. I thought the analogy was spot on. To whoever did that, I will never not think about the Gallaghers when I hear a Gabe Kidd interview.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know who else I'd like to talk to at this point. I've been very lucky that I've had a chance to speak to a lot of wrestlers that I like and have been on my radar, or they just come up and it ends up being a really good conversation. Ikuro Kwan was a good one, as we're kind of going. It was a very unexpectedly informative chat, not just about wrestling, but about like himself. That stuff I love.
I feel like most guests we've had have been very good. I'm trying to think of, like, I don't want to bury anybody like, oh, this interview sucked. Now most guests we've had have been very good. Kip Sabian was fantastic when he was on. It was a very fun chat with him. So
I'd like to have him back.
Tony D in character. Oh, that would actually rule.
Just him going, hey, a bunch of times.
Yeah. That would
I don't want Tony on our show. I want Tony to do Beyond the Bell. I want him to, or Matt Men. I want him to do Zarian and Rich's show, because they would fit in perfectly, do the New York thing.
Joel, who cares about their show?
I like Andrew Zarian when he's not taking months off at a time.
Where's he been? Is he okay?
He's okay. He's dealing with a lot of stuff at work. He's taking some time off.
I miss his eyebrows.
Me too. You can text his eyebrows. Why don't you ask him for eyebrow pics?
Should. What if I said, hold on, what if I'm going to text Andrew Zarian, hey, send me eyebrow pics? My wife just walked into the room as well, just hearing this conversation of like, who are you asking for eyebrow pictures?
Just send it to the group chat. Brow pics? Question mark.
Andrew Zarian, I miss your eyebrows. Please send pictures.
It's going to be like, I'm getting them done right now. He wants some photos of them doing the work on them?
All right. He responded, I know you do.
That's pretty much what I expect.
Hold on. He's typing back. So, all right. I'm going to put this on screen. Hold on.
Oh, dear. Did he send brow pics?
Yeah. He sent a photo. Hold on. I gotta pop it up. Where is it? I don't want to send all of my messages. That wouldn't be good.
That would be bad.
Yeah, why can't I just
download the photo and then
I don't want to do all that. That's the thing. Like, why can't I just use I guess because it's hold on, I'll just save the photo. I'm pretty sure I can just do that. And then here we go. Riveting audio here for everybody.
That's fine. It's either that or we wonder why Dave Meltzer hates Andrew Zarian.
I don't want there.
Yeah, Busted Open could never. Yeah, if you text Bully Ray, hey, send brow pics.
Yeah.
Those.
Okay, there.
You're gonna get taken backstage at a Busted Open event and told how to be a fan.
All right, I think I can share this without giving away anything. There we go. Everybody see?
Oh yeah.
Yes, that is the photo.
That's
that he's
great. The man's outside on his deck just running away. Doesn't want to come to work, but he sure wants to tell you where he's at. We love you, Zarian. Come back soon. Those are some strong brows. They can lift up an entire house. I've seen them done.
I appreciate it, Andrew Zarian.
Always good. Always a
I
good
do
boy.
miss him. I do miss him. Yeah.
He'll come back soon. He'll be back. He'll join our
I hope
show. He'll be there.
I hope so.
He's going to start doing our weekend show with Steve Macklin.
Oh, that would be good.
Those two, I wonder how those two would act. Other than a fool.
They'd be fine. I think Zarian's a pro, sort of. Macklin's a pro, sort of.
I will hear no Rich Stambolian slander. He is the sweetest boy. He's the reason why I got in touch with Zarian.
I don't think I've ever talked to Rich. Like,
the first thing you notice when you meet Rich, he is very tall. If you think Sean Ross Sapp is tall, no, Rich got him beat by several inches.
I don't think I've ever talked to him. Like, we've exchanged messages on like Twitter, but we've never like had a vocal conversation.
Nah, he rules. I love Rich. Love Andrew. They are two of the people that I really enjoy interacting with in the sphere. Always give them a shout out. They're great people. They took me in when I was starting to learn all this stuff. Good stuff. Speaking of strong brows and haircuts, real quick, shout out to you, Jeremy Lambert, for putting out the very, very, very important news that Will Ospreay will in fact be getting a haircut. It's time for that Jonathan Taylor Thomas ass to get a trim. Saw that he posted on Twitter. Should we do it in the Will Ospreay voice?
Yeah, I mean, if you would like to butcher Will Ospreay's voice, go for it.
I just landed in the UK. No, that's
what
more.
In the hell was that?
That was more of a. I've got some bad news. Anyway.
What was that, Joel?
I thought I was gonna break into it. I just didn't do it. Sorry.
You didn't do anything.
Nope. Sounds like I just not great. I'll take the L on that one. I just landed in the UK, and then Mrs. picked me up and says, "We've got to talk about your hair. I'll get it cut tomorrow." Does Will just not like barbers in the States? Does he have that one bar? I get it, Will. I get it. We all have that one barber we go to, but there was that 1 week where he wasn't. He got it done very poorly, and now it's become Will Watch every week. And I'm not talking about Will Watchington. I'm talking about watching Will Ospreay's hairline. Glad he's getting a cut. He's going to show up with a Kyle Fletcher head shave job on Wednesday.
What was that, Joel?
I just landed in the UK, bruv. Oh, yeah, that's what it sounds like when you live across the pond, Jeremy. Everyone just has that crisp accent. Even the ladies. But you watch the Ray's podcast, listen to it. You know how she sounds. She sounds just like this every time, right? It's like Daddy Pig from Peppa Pig.
I don't like that show.
No more accents for Joel. No, I'm gonna keep going.
Bluey's an asshole. Peppa Pig's an asshole.
Bluey's fine. Peppa's
Bluey sucks.
Why does Bluey suck? I always thought it's fine. Oh, right. You hate Bluey. I forgot about this.
Yeah, because Bluey's an asshole.
Right.
We're going to ask Paul London about Bluey.
Fine with that. What else are we going to ask him about?
Candy bars and Bluey with Paul London. This is all we're talking about with Paul.
All right. That's fine with me. I'm going to ask if he thought that a Lightning match was a match against London Lightning. No one's going to get that because London Lightning is a local Ontario wrestler. He was on AEW that one time. Everyone remembers him. He's great. Mystery Wrestling. Shout out to London Lightning.
Yeah.
He rules.
Yeah.
That's right. Rizzler leaves AEW, goes on Sesame Street. Rizzler appears on a Netflix special. I mean, not yet, but it will be. TK's washed. TK fumbled. Rizzler gone. What did we call the tag team for the Rizzler and Elmo? Elriz?
Rizmo?
Rizelmo?
Rizelmo?
El Rizmo? El Rizmo sounds like he's going to wear a mask. Rizlo. Oh, that's great. I think Elmo's the best. Elmo should be a professional wrestler. What's his finisher?
The tickle me Riz.
Tickle me Riz. That's the finish. That's
Elmo is tickling the opponent as the Rizzler is just doing the Riz face and then just dead. How can you survive that? How can you survive that?
I heard it's how Janela lost his first match. Tickle me Riz. It's better than the heart attack. Better than the doomsday device. Tickle me Riz won all the matches in WWE. Paul London will be here shortly. I don't want to get into anything too extreme at this point.
We've talked about nothing on this show. It's been great.
I mean, we did the thumbnail.
Yeah, who cares?
We touched on SmackDown, staying 3 hours.
Nah, who cares?
Eventually, we'll have to do the previews for the weekend. We talked about Will Ospreay's hair. That's wrestling adjacent, right?
Yeah, fair.
Do you think Tony and Mercedes is gonna main event All In now? No. It was the highest rated segment on Dynamite, Jeremy.
Look, I'm fine if it does. I think there's a legitimate argument for it to main event. It's just not going to.
If it does, sorry, Hangman, you lost. Mox is retaining, and it's going to be a great time.
The Riz lock.
That's very good. The Riz lock.
That's only this week, SV3. The tickle me Riz and the jacking off the junior. He's
gone worse. He's gone deeper. By the way,
money train.
Yeah, I was gonna say kudos to you for matching my gooning on that thumbnail.
That was a good thumbnail. I don't know if you heard the conversation I had of how I had to change the thumbnail or change the headline because you made that thumbnail. Oh boy, I hope he's safe. He's driving. Do we have to do an intro for Paul? Paul's just like a regular at this point.
That's true.
It's like a monthly appearance for Paul.
I want to say if he's ready, give us a thumbs up, but I'm afraid of what
I want him to be safe here. He's wearing an amazing shirt too.
It's true. I'm gonna wait for his video to stabilize. That's the one thing about being on the road.
Who cares? Let's just go for it. Who cares?
All right. Are we ready for this? This is going to be madness. Saturday, June 7th on the MLW YouTube. Paul London is a part of the amazing main event known as the War Chamber. We welcome him now once again to the show, the one and only Paul London. Good morning.
Howdy. Hey guys. Good to see you. I won't be driving in about a few minutes. I'm almost to where I'm getting my own war chamber. But yeah, how's it going, guys? Good to see y'all.
How are you? It's good to see you. You're up early. I know you're on the West Coast.
I am. I know.
Have you slept?
The things I do for my friends. No, thank y'all for having me back on to talk about this lightning match, relampago match. I don't think you could say relampago without rolling the R. So relampago, lucha de relampago.
I'm glad you did it because I wasn't going to be.
I can't roll my R's at all. Joel already does enough bad accents on this show. No,
what
I can't.
Second language did you have to take in school?
Oh, I took Spanish.
French for me because I'm Canadian.
Okay, French is great. I just was in Montreal. I spoke very little French. But I don't. Do you roll R's in French?
No, it's more of a Spanish thing. Like you can, but it's not as warranted.
French. Yeah, I think it's
Nope. It's not,
Kinda-
that's not a thing.
Doesn't not as
Nobody's like, oh,
not as suave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as suave. It's got a rigidness to it. Anyways, the big rematch with Mr. Neon. That's why I'm wearing these bright colors today. I'm already training. So, it'll be a lot of fun. Oh, wait, we're talking about War Chamber. That's happening on the 7th.
We talk about nothing on the show. You know that, Paul. We're just.
That's why I'm trying to be a regular on this thing, because I'm like, they are my type of guys. They just talk about nothing.
We will have you on once a month if you want, like more than
I'd
that.
love it. I'd be happy to. Oh, I don't want to overstay my welcome. We'll toy with once a month. That way nobody gets overexposed.
Legitimately, our chat was asking the other week of like, when's Paul London returning? And I was gonna message MLW like, can we get Paul back on the show? And they messaged me and they were like, hey, we're announcing Paul's match. Do you want him back on the show? I was like, yes, we do want him back on the show.
Awesome. Yes.
You made it safely.
The 2 matches. I did. I made it safely. It's a bit early here still, but I think we'll be able to find some fun friends, some fun friend critters to join.
Are you out in the woods? Oh, his internet's gonna go complete to hell here. I have no idea where Paul's about to take us, everybody.
I have so many
War Chamber, I think. That's what we want to talk about on the 7th. No, I don't want insurance. Get away from me. Stop calling. Jesus, I swear, these bastards feel like they smell the blood in the water.
I knew you were driving and doing an interview, so they decided to hit you up.
You need insurance now. You have to be safe when you drive. All right, you have War Chamber against the Rogue Horsemen. These jerks going up against your team of Matthew Justice, Alex Kane, and Mr. Thomas. What can fans expect from the War Chamber, and how much violence do we have here?
Well, the thing is, I don't know why my volume is not. It says it's all the way up, but I just heard you list the participants. I don't know what's going to. I've only been in one other cage match, maybe 2 other cage matches in my career, and so it's one that's very exciting for me because I like cages. But the barbed wire aspect is one that, I'm an actor. I can't have my face cut up, not like anyone's banging down my door as it is anyways. But, every time I do shows, people are like, what happened to you? I'm like, I aged. Like, if people get older, that's what life is. These genius questions I get asked. What happened to you? So a few years later, haven't found that time machine yet. Haven't found that hyperbolic preservation chamber. What are you hissing at me for, little fucker? So I guess what I'm getting at is the carnage that stems from such a thing. Fortunately, Matt Justice is on our team, and he is just outstanding. Hey, buddy, we're okay.
Oh,
Then we got to run in.
we have a squirrel running here.
I got something for you. Don't worry. Just hang tight. So I'm training. It's okay.
This is how you train for a lightning match, everybody. You go out
For the
there.
War Chamber, using my animal instincts here. My friends. Do you want to go on the show? Do you want to be on the show?
Please let this end with a squirrel stealing his phone.
Maybe.
Oh,
That's a very impressive thing to do. I live in a big city where you don't get to do that. I can't do that in Toronto.
Yeah. Well, it's my therapy as well as my training, but it's just good to be around animals because I'm going to be surrounded by them in the War Chamber. I mean, the Andersons, those guys are like straight out of Walmart, right? And then we got BRG, who I'm 2-0 against. But I'm not putting that lightly because he's quite the formidable foe. He seems to be this thorn in my side. Every time I'm involved in something, he's sticking his nose in there. And then Bobby Fish, the crusty old fisherman. It might be time for him to be deboned. Okay, that sounded really bad. Let's scratch that. We'll let someone else do the deboning. I don't know what happened to my volume. I don't know what I feel like I'm doing sign language. I should know sign language.
Can you hear us okay? How about now? Can you hear? How about
eat
now?
Bobby Fish. He's going to eat the bones of Bobby Fish.
Okay, yeah. He's gonna do a 70s dance to celebrate. He's gonna go to the disco after.
Gonna do the swim.
This is so bad.
Go ahead, Jeremy. I don't know if you want to follow up with something. Jeremy's
we're gonna debone Bobby Fish. We're gonna get all the honey off of BRG, and then the Andersons.
Yeah, a debone suplex.
Yeah, a debone.
Yeah,
take
a
that,
debone
Taz.
suplex.
All right, then you have the lightning match. Where's our super chat that we had? Do you have it, Joel? Can you pull that up?
Yeah, one sec. We had a question from a fan about this match. Said, I can't wait for Paul London versus Neon in a 10-minute lightning match. If the average lightning strike lasts about 0.52 seconds, that's about 1,154 lightning strikes. Are you aware of how much lightning can strike during your match?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, part of the training is to go to Colorado Springs, where Tesla had his Tesla coils, because it's the highest area of lightning strikes in the country. And so I'm very well aware of, what was it, 10,000 lightning strikes or something, or
11,000.
11 numbers.
Yeah, 1,100.
It's too confusing. The point is that Neon is more than half. Well, I'm more than half his age. I'm double his age. That's what I'm trying to say. See, the lightning's already struck me. He's fantastic. He's actually, he's an excellent wrestler. I get confused by a lot of luchadors because, they're all disguising their identities and and I had a perception about them before I went to CMLL and faced Neon, but my respect for them has gone through the roof because they're phenomenal athletes. Most of these luchadors, they're shaped like baked potatoes, and they show up 30 minutes before the show or something, and the locker rooms are filled with cheap cigarette smoke, and you're just like, oh, it's like, how do people do this? And they go out and they're incredible athletes. But Neon is different. I mean, he's special. Like, I really think he's got a bright future, right? The name is very apropos. I mean, he's I think I'm in the wrong area. There's like a billion squirrels over on that end. I'm gonna move over a little bit.
Well, they saw you were giving out treats. They're coming to you.
Yeah, but they're having like a party over there. They're going nuts. Literally, no, well, pun intended. I just stepped in. Yeah, these guys are going rowdy. They were rowdy over here earlier. I mean, I have some of these guys are my friends. There's one little bastard that likes to draw blood every time. But it's just like Neon, actually, because he's younger and faster, and he runs around, and I have to try and catch him. But he also has to try and catch me in those 10 minutes. And I'm not as fast as I used to be, but I'm wiser. I know the tricks of the trade, and I know a thing or two about bright lights.
Are you a regular at the squirrel park here?
I'm sorry?
Are you a regular at the squirrel park? You mentioned that like they know.
Oh
you.
yeah, no, I am.
You know them. Okay.
I am. People look at me as like the squirrel man. Usually they'll jump up on me. So
you just walk across rocks on the water? Hold on. What just happened?
Yeah, well, there's rocks. Hey, what are y'all doing? It's a special place. I know. I prefer to be around squirrels than people.
Fair.
People are selfish creatures.
Yeah, we talked about how shitty people are last time. They all suck.
Squirrels don't touch.
Look at that. Oh, now we're just getting the sky and the trees.
Oh shit. I'm back. I don't know what's going with this volume thing.
I was wondering what was in the background. I think it's just more people. I didn't know if there's more animals in the background.
People are animals.
Well, fair. Paul's got a whole routine out here with these squirrels. Oh my gosh! Holy shit!
What is there to be afraid of? Oh, there you go. Come up here. They're shy. They get camera shy.
I get it. First time for them?
The luchadors. That's why they wear those masks. Sorry.
What is the squirrels' thought on the War Chamber? How do you think they feel about the War Chamber?
They feel about
the War Chamber. What do you think the squirrel feels about the War Chamber?
Oh, I mean, you're looking at the War Chamber. Like they have to survive every day with people coming and trying to feed them garbage, trying to take their tails for accoutrements. It's very similar. And I think that's why I'm looking forward to the War Chamber in the sense that my training is almost complete. I've been really becoming one with the squirrels for the past 2 years. So now's the time to put all that to test. See what it's all about. See who will grab the biggest nut. Okay, that sounded really bad.
Or to debone Bobby Fish and grab nuts in the War Chamber. Let's go.
No, he's the deboner.
Oh, he's the deboner. Okay.
He's going to try it. I know. Look at them. There's not one trustworthy looking guy on. Why you hop up here? There's not one trustworthy looking character on their team. We have the Walmart brothers, the deboner, and then the future registered offender, right? Or the altar boy.
The altar boy.
Well, that'll also get you in trouble down the line. Would you consider the road?
That maybe came out wrong. I think he's a good guy. He's just misled.
Mm-hmm.
He's hanging out with the wrong hillbilly circle.
Would you consider this group squirrely?
He should be more squirrely, right, buddy? little guys. They warm my heart. Come up here.
I just noticed Paul's in camo. It's a camo shirt, isn't it?
Is that a camo
Really?
shirt?
I don't know what. Yeah, there's certain colors they can't see, so it makes me more visible for them. Plus, they usually recognize me when I get here, because they know I'm a food source, and I treat them right.
Do you ever
So I won't
sing
be
to
treating
them?
the horsemen right.
Huh.
I'll be picking at their ankles.
That was a good question, Joel. Ask that again.
Do you ever sing to the squirrels?
Sometimes they're not as particular for song as they are like, dance and movement. But there was a guy just playing a guitar just now, but he kept moving. I don't have anything.
Do we have ducks? Is that ducks in the background?
God, I almost clawed my nuts off.
Do you think Joel could beat up 100 squirrels? Who do you think would win that battle?
Ow!
Yeah, me versus 100 squirrels. Who wins? Me versus 100 squirrels.
Every time.
Yeah.
Now, do you have the crackhead on your team? Because he's now making an appearance. You can hear him. I'll even show you the crackhead.
This is in ITW first.
Wait, look who's coming up here.
Oh, there he is. Just out in the wild.
I was happy about something. I don't know.
Do you think he feeds the squirrels?
The what?
Do you think he feeds the squirrels?
Does who feed him?
The gentleman you just showed us.
Oh, I hope not.
Okay.
He'll probably try to give him a rock or something. I don't know. He's like patting his neck. I don't know what he's. Now he's dry humping the air while he's dancing. I don't know what the hell.
Dude, people watching with Paul London, this is a great segment here.
Yeah, I like it. You like it? What do you think?
What a screenshot that just fell on. The stream froze for a second, but it was a great screenshot.
Come up here. So yeah, it'll be fun. We got a nice summer. Is it Summer of the Beasts? Is that what that
yes,
is promoted
Summer
as?
of the Beasts. Yes, that's the show.
What other beasts are on there?
I mean,
Matt
Riddle has been announced. Yeah, Matt Riddle and Kenta is the title match.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That should be a lot of fun.
What's your favorite beast, Paul? Like, what beast would you want to go into battle with? Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty biased, I think, because I've spent so much time with these guys. They've really shown me a lot. There's one. It's okay. There's one here who's missing an eye, and he's a tough bastard. Yeah, I think he's kind of the grandfather of the park, but yeah, squirrels are a lot tougher than people make them out to be. Groundhogs are another one that I'm very fond of. Hey, where is that? Yeah, groundhogs I think are fantastic as well. But I was just reading also about is it wombats?
Wombat?
they have like cartilage in their ass, and they can like run off from a predator into their tunnel, and then block that tunnel with their ass. And then if the predator tries to get in, they'll use their ass to like crush and kill them.
That is accurate. I did look this up.
Okay.
He's right. He's right. You are right.
Yeah,
Wombats
fascinating.
thumbs.
I mean, how incredible, right? Like some sort of like Lizzo move.
So
like Lizzo defense or something. I don't know. Come up here.
I feel like Taguchi would be doing this. Ryusuke Taguchi. He's very ass-based offense.
Who?
Taguchi from New Japan. He has ass-based
Oh,
offense.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get one up here. Sorry.
No, this is perfect.
I love these little bastards.
Did you see
I love
any?
all creatures, man. I love all animals.
Did you
Here
see-
not like a while back? Just all insects, all animals.
Did you see any when you were in Vegas?
I'm sorry.
Did you see any when you were in Vegas over WrestleMania weekend?
Not
week?
really. I always have nuts and like bird seed and stuff on me. Speaking of, geez, you got a sack. And but I didn't see any. I think just too many people. I didn't really get a chance to venture out of the downtown area like I wanted to. Hey, come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Oh, that's it. But there is a lot of nice wildlife in Vegas. Not in the city proper, but out and around. You know, but I haven't really explored it in a long time. I think these guys tend to get very friendly because there's just so much activity here and there's so many people. Hold for chopper. Sorry, you scared me, buddy. I didn't know you were coming up. But I also don't want them to get too comfortable just going up to anybody because, you know, not everybody looks at them. You know, people might look at him. I don't know. Sometimes I think I picked the wrong career. You know,
What would you be doing if you weren't wrestling, Paul?
if it wasn't wrestling, yeah, I'd be working outside.
Oh. Paul
Yeah,
London's Squirrel Whisperer is something else.
Yeah, it's kind of my yeah. I just love animals. It's sad because, you know, I think like any pet owner knows, eventually you suffer that loss. But with wild animals, especially, it's not a matter of I'm not trying to, you know, it's not like Grizzly Man or something. Even though that is fascinating, what he was attempting to do, even though he might have been a little off his rocker. Yeah, now we hear this guy. So we'll give you a little thing.
Was that the same person as earlier? Is that someone new?
That's a guitar player.
Oh, that's the guitar player.
Just a nice part of artists and hobos. Kind of same thing.
Where'd that goose come from?
Yeah, do we have Goose? We
No,
have
we have
Goose.
geese coming. There are geese behind you now.
Yeah, those guys are mean. I do.
Yeah.
I give them sweet chin music.
Good.
No, seriously, I don't actually nail them, but I'll give them the old lip slap. I usually backs them away.
They are aggressive. They are jerks. They are very aggressive.
They'll just hit at you. I'm like, I haven't even done anything. Like even when I feed them, they'll hiss at me. I'm like, you eating great. So the geese I'm not as fond of. I mean, they're okay, but I'm definitely more of a furry critter type person. You know, guinea pigs, hamsters, gerbils. But I just, yeah, squirrels have really been a passion of mine. Come on over here. For the past couple of years. Okay. Oh, there we go. Hold on.
One on the shoulder, feeding another one.
There we go.
Do you have more interviews to do this morning? Are you doing more interviews with the squirrels, especially?
Say it again.
Are you going to be doing more interviews to talk MLW with the squirrels in this setting? Because this is amazing.
I don't know. I've done. Sometimes I'll do our production meetings for MLW here, and that maybe I thought it'd be a special thing for my friends here with you guys.
Appreciate it.
Lovely. We do appreciate it.
That way,
Yeah.
if people want to see it, they know that this is the place that they can check it out.
Hold on. Let's rewind. If you do this for some of the production meetings, what's the reaction from the other people watching this with you or while you're doing this?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we have like 20 guys out there, and so I just don't want it to be too distracting. But I mean, I'll do it while I'm talking and explaining things because they're just, like you see, sometimes they just sneak up on me. But most of the guys get a kick out of it. I think very similar, but it's just, it happens to be around the best time to feed them. If I wait later in the day, I think he's not smoking, but like his body and head are smoking. It's weird.
What?
The air thrusting guy, he's like dancing. I don't know what he's dancing.
Ghost Rider out here? His head is on fire?
He might be. He might. I don't know what he's doing a real sensuous dance. Is he taking his shirt off? We got to see this. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm gonna turn it around. Now I'm the registered offender. Just keeping him this game. I'm gonna turn the phone around quickly so he doesn't.
You just kind of wonder what the hell's going on.
He's way out there. What are you up to there, pal? What are you doing?
He got a camera shot. He got a camera shot as a little date.
Looks like he was setting up for a picnic.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
They are having a party out there. They're just having fun, playing tag.
this is the calmest interview we've ever done.
Paul's just one with the nature right now.
I'm trying to find a way to incorporate it more into my work. I don't think coming out dressed like Mario 3.
Paul, have I got a promotion for you? So I'm trying to book ROH because no one else seems to be doing it right now, right? And I'm going to call it Ring of Hallucinations. And all my ideas, all my ideas are based around over the top kind of characters. And there's going to be no titles. We're going to be fighting for drugs and money out here. And, I got gambling addicts on the show. I think we could work in I got like 7-foot luchadors on the show. We can definitely work like a squirrel based character here. I mean, the way you're treating the squirrels, we can get real
title.
Yeah, the way you're treating the squirrels, we can get real squirrels on the show too. Like they're just following you.
I would love that. I'll be like the Teddy Hart of squirrels. That's probably not a good comparison.
No, we don't want that.
we
don't want that.
No.
Just training wise, training animal wise,
yeah,
not anything else. Maybe
Yeah.
fashion wise.
Yeah, we'll walk up to the line,
No.
but we won't cross it.
That was pretty fascinating what he could do with those. What kind of cats were they? Like
They Persian cats, weren't they?
Persian? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what would be really cool is doing that with like a Maine Coon.
They get very big.
Yeah, they're huge, right? What there's nothing to be afraid of. They're a bit skittish. I'm trying to train them. Well, it's good though. It's their instincts, you know. Sadly, they're preyed upon by eagles and hawks and other types of fowl.
Crackheads. Hey man, everyone gets hungry on the food chain.
I guess so.
What?
Said, hey man, everyone gets hungry on the food chain.
I know. Let your dog off the leash, pal. I will put you on a goddamn leash and drown you.
We gotta cut that. We can't have allegations against Paul on our show here.
Yeah. I like to come on here, incriminate myself.
Yeah, that's what you did last time too. Yeah.
What would an interview be if I didn't incriminate myself?
Fair.
MLW is probably like, don't ever let him on again. He needs to be talking about the show, talking about the match, doing these goddamn scores like he does in our meetings.
We don't want like buttoned up Paul London on this show. That sounds terrible. We don't want that at all. This is exactly what we want.
Well, it's funny because I actually told myself I was never going to work in New York again. And unfortunately, I couldn't uphold that for business reasons. But when they had taken that squirrel from the homeowner, and I don't think the homeowner was as, it's okay. Oh, look at this little thief. I got you. You don't need to steal. This guy's like super crazy. Yeah, they had, it wasn't Burl the squirrel. There was a squirrel, there was a guy, and I think he had the squirrel illegally or something, but they euthanized it and they just killed it. And I thought, like, it was some dipshit in charge of one of the commissions there in New York. But the only time you should ever euthanize an animal is when it's suffering and there's no hope for recovery. You know, I mean, you look at all those nuisance gators that they kill in Florida, and that's just sad. That's sad. You know, of course, you have all these Anderson types down there, like, I'm gonna feed it, you know, and so that's why they become nuisances, because they're like, oh, shoot that thing, it ain't my little Bessie. It's like, well, you shouldn't have been trying to feed it, you idiot. Like, you know. So I don't think they have gators in Carolina, but same type of mentality.
I lived in North Carolina for like 15 years. I didn't see too many
They
gators.
have worse things in Carolinas.
Fair. Yeah.
Such as?
Gators. Oh, the mosquitoes.
Oh, the mosquitoes suck. Yeah.
They're horrible. I've been like scarred by them. Like last time I was in North Carolina, I think it was last summer, and I was working Kobe Carino and was devoured by like these silent mosquitoes. Like, you don't really see them and feel them until after they've already done their damage. It was bad. Like, I had to go and get some sort of special ointment and shower with it, and now I have like scars on my legs from these mosquitoes, these Carolina hillbilly mosquitoes, these inbred mosquitoes.
Yeah, the mosquitoes are
helps
awful.
me understand them.
The mosquitoes are awful in Carolina.
Oh, they're so bad.
Yeah.
But the movie Mosquito is pretty good. Like if you're into schlocky horror. It's got Gunnar Hansen in it. He pulls out like a chainsaw to fight one. It's pretty funny.
This sounds very up my alley. Now I'm going to have to seek this movie out.
Dude, Mosquito is awesome.
Add it to the list.
Yeah, I'm going to have to seek that one out.
Yeah.
But yeah, June 26th, Neon. It's not from the Neon Ballroom. That's a album.
It's the
something
Melrose
Ballroom.
The Melrose Ballroom.
Melrose.
I got you. I've been there.
Not in Los Angeles. Melrose, New York. The Melrose Ballroom.
That's right. The subway's not too far. You're back in LA in October for Slaughterhouse.
The what?
I said the next time you're in LA for MLW, that's in October for Slaughterhouse.
Yeah. And what a hit that was. I mean, that was Battle Riot, you know. We had, I think, at least 2,500 there. So, you know, when you're out selling Dynamite, you know, that's got to be pretty positive considering the budgets are way different.
That's true. I've been long pitching, by the way, that Slaughterhouse become a 2-night event. That you do Slaughterhouse on the second night, but the first night is the opportunity for MLW stars to tell their stories in a fun way, and you call it Laughter House. You just take the S off and you just call it Laughter House. That's night 1.
That's really good. Laughter House. Laughter, right? Like ha ha.
Yeah, it's a comedy show. Night 1's a comedy, and night 2 is Slaughterhouse.
But are people laughing at our lives? I mean, I guess it's pretty laughable.
Well, they're doing it in love. It's a love note. They're participating in the love note.
Now, does this fall into the controversial thought over like why is WrestleMania 2 days?
No,
right? Like we've been falling into that slot of man. I remember when MLW was just one day. Now it's 2 days.
Yeah, we're laughing with, not laughing at. And at this point, MLW can run a whole week and people would come out. So you're fine. It's cool.
I hope so. I hope people just continue to learn about what we're doing more and more and more because it's you know, I would be happy to see my career out with this company. I mean, I've just been having a really happy experience, like a real positive experience throughout the whole thing. It's just like, you know, the best job I had was Lucha Underground from a creative and a fun standpoint and an execution standpoint and production value standpoint. But, you know, we have all those same things and people know how to watch us, which I think was the big issue as well with El Rey. So, but the additions that, you know, we've made and the company has made and, you know, and I'll be the first to say, I think Donovan Dijak is the best big man in the business right now. I mean, the things that he can do and his ability. And I saw him enter these arenas in Mexico and it was just like this shroud of fear. You could just hear it throughout the arena. Just this fear. That was you, wasn't me. And it was so cool. It took me back to when I was a kid. You know, because when you go to like an old WWF show and back then every superstar felt like they were a threat and it was something big and it was kind of a larger than life time. He has that same presence, and he's wearing a jacket when he comes out, and he, you know, so I don't know. I think he's the best big man going. He's an incredible athlete and phenomenal talent. So, but but there have been other additions as well. Bishop Dyer, formerly Baron Corbin, might have eliminated me in the Battle Riot. I think I'd have to see the tape. That's what people were telling me. Isn't that what you told me? But when additions are made to a locker room, it's who is off in their corner with their headphones on and their phone the whole time, and who is actually trying to be a part of this locker room. You know what I mean? And I've seen it both ways, not at MLW. So, fortunately, the people that they've been wanting to bring in and that they have brought in, where are you? That's okay. Have been solid additions. Whether we see eye to eye isn't the point. It's whether they can come in and make a real, dent in the scene. And I think everyone's doing that. I hope more people tune into what MLW is doing. I hope people tune in for this War Chamber next weekend. I think people get the perception that because of my age, I might, at my age, there's like a lot of wrestlers that will just kind of coast and want to just do the minimum or whatever, and that's just never been my MO. It's always been, if I can walk, then I can do it. If I can run, I can do it. If I can lift my leg above my hip, then I can do it. I don't know any other way. So, War Chamber's no different. Lightning match should be no different. I just hope I will beat that little neon bastard this time. He's a good kid, but come on. But maybe New York could be against me because they don't like squirrels.
That can't be possible.
Who knows?
They're
He's just
overtaking
that
the
one
city.
guy. We got to get him out of the office there. Beat him to the cannibalistic squirrels. Oh.
All right. Let's real quick. Let's get these plugs out of the way. War Chamber, MLW War Chamber is Saturday, June the 7th, 10 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. You can go to MLW's YouTube channel. That's when they're going to air it. Of course, Paul is going to be in the War Chamber match with Mr. Thomas, Alex Kane, Matthew Justice, taking on the Rogue Horsemen. The other match is the aforementioned Lightning match that we talked about. That is going to be on June 26th at the Melrose Ballroom in New York City. You can get your tickets at MLWNYC.com. There's going to be a plethora of other entertainment and other matches going on that show. But of course, we're here because Paul's here to talk about everything. Well, the squirrels mostly, but this match as well. So, Paul, before we let you go to finish what your day is going to be, plug anything you would like. Give us your free reign.
HeroofTheProphecy.com. That's a comic book my brother and I have put out. We're in the throes of getting through issue 2. And then I'll go and I'll start writing over it. But so far, the feedback on Hero of the Prophecy on our first issue has been very positive. And so if you go to herooftheprophecy.com, that's kind of our graphic comic book series. My brother and I and a team of wonderful artists have brought together. And hopefully people will continue to enjoy that. Yeah, really, other than that, I've just kind of got some stuff from the burner that I don't really usually mention or want to mention because I'll jinx it. But there's some things possibly squirrel related in the works. But really just MLW. I want people to keep tuning into that. Hopefully they'll tune in to support next weekend for June 7th. big old War Chamber. And then hopefully if people are near New York, they'll come out and support me, unless they're big Neon fans, and that's okay, because like I said, he's super talented. He's not Feed Squirrels talented, but he's pretty good. And yeah, really, I'm just grateful people still want to see me wrestle. I always say I always wanted to be Terry Funk, not quite walk like him, but I'm walking like him. But it's fun, and I'm grateful that people still want to see me go out there and wear tight clothing.
We appreciate you, Paul. We will talk to you next month. We'll make sure we want you on monthly, so we'll make this happen.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll have the results of both these matches by then, and I'll have more nuts.
We'll get you back on next month.
Better sound.
No. We like the nature. We like the nature and the squirrels.
Yeah. I want to be the Steve Irwin of pro wrestling.
I could see it.
You
I
know?
could see you doing it.
I would love that. Yeah. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
We just don't need to go out like
platform. We should promote it in a positive way, not in a selfish way. Come watch me twitch in my song.
I mean, that'll get people going.
What are you looking for? I don't know. You want to be on camera? It's okay. The screen's right here.
Yeah, come on, FaceTime with us, squirrel.
There you
Right.
go.
Seriously, the most calming thing we've done all day.
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna
Thank
see you in a
I'm
month.
sorry for.
No, you're great.
No.
We love it.
Enjoy the nature, Paul. We will talk to
I
you
will.
in a few weeks.
Thank y'all so much. This is always a treat for me.
Thanks, buddy.
For us too.
Yes.
Take care of
You guys
yourself.
are wonderful. And we'll do this again, hopefully next month or whenever
Yes.
you'll have me.
Oh, you're always welcome.
Thank you all
Thank
Thanks,
you, Paul.
so much.
We appreciate you very
I'll
much.
see y'all later.
Absolutely. Take care.
Good journey. Till the lightning picks us up.
Okay. I was pretty sure he was going to do it. That was.
That was Paul London. That was Paul London.
That was Paul London.
Every time we have Paul on the show, we get something completely unexpected. And this time we got him in nature being one with the squirrels. Find that anywhere else.
You really won't. Tell all your friends that this is how this interview went. That's why I asked him. That's why I was like, hey, you doing any more interviews where you're going to be with the squirrels? Because, like, this is an exclusive. It's going to be, the headline is going to be Paul London feeds the squirrels, talks MLW lightning match. That's it.
I like it. I like that Paul always tries to bring it back around to MLW. Like, he's like, oh, I got a show to promote. I realized that there's upcoming stuff that I need to promote. And it's just like, no, we want to just like talk about the squirrels and let's talk about bad booking ideas and candy and different animals. We don't care about MLW. We'll make sure we promote MLW, but who cares about the wrestling around here?
I will not rest until MLW does Laughter House the night before Slaughterhouse. I will pitch it to every single MLW star we have forever and ever. We've done it before, and I'll do it again. Paul's just the first that really understood the concept deeply,
Yes.
as poorly as I explained it. Yeah, Pile Driver's saying, this is a promotion for something? Yeah, Paul London.
Paul London.
That's what we're promoting, Paul London's existence.
Paul London is on the show, and that's what matters.
Sucks that Major League Soccer exists because we can't call it Major League Squirrels.
Yeah, we can't quite do that.
Oh, another time. All right. Well,
MLN, can we do Major League Nuts?
feels a little not grab them.
What do you mean? I feel like this could work.
Maybe not. Hey, I've got your short, your guaranteed short.
Abaddon?
Yes.
Yeah.
AEW's Abaddon has announced that their time with AEW has come to an end. Quote, my contract expires in June and I will not be renewed. The emotions I'm currently trying to manage are incredibly difficult and full of conflict as I reflect on my time there. My goal is not to let this be it for me because I love wrestling too much to just stop. I've put a lot of hard work that I will now be able to showcase more often. While my heart is currently broken, you can bet that I'm going to show up for training next week. If you're looking to book me, then there's an email. It also includes no podcast, so I'm sorry, we won't be having Abaddon on our show anytime soon, unless they want to, at which point, they're more than welcome to join us. But Abaddon departing AEW is part of the news for this weekend. They were someone who was doing a lot of training, someone who they really relied on for spooky season, especially around Halloween. And they normally come out and do a match around that time of year and usually show up pretty well, but never given that next step. They were on TV, but just not for long. So Abaddon has decided that, they're not going to be renewed. Therefore, they'll be moving on from AEW.
Dustin Rhodes always had high praise for Abaddon. Anytime he was in interviews and was asked about like who's someone you should keep an eye on, he was like, Abaddon is someone who is working really hard, has a really good character. I think Dustin always takes a liking to anyone who has face paint and does kind of out of the box sort of stuff like Abaddon would do. But yeah, Dustin always praised them anytime he had a chance. And it looked, Abaddon got called up every October, basically. Although they did do the match against Athena, that was or Julia Hart, sorry. That was a December match.
Yeah, that confused a lot of people.
Yeah.
Myself included. We're like, Halloween too?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a weird thing. Like you realize you missed, but they did the match against Sheeta that October. So like, okay. And like maybe that's when it looked like they were going to get a real chance, is like they did the match against Sheeta in October and then the match against Julia Hart in December. And that was legitimately the last time they'd been on AEW television. Like Abaddon had been on ROH TV a few times since then, but it mainly throughout 2024, did a lot of ROH, but nothing really sustainable. Did of course, the Ring of Horror match against Athena in October, because every October Abaddon's just going to get some type of title shot. And then that was kind of it. Wasn't really featured after that. So
best wishes and best of luck to Abaddon moving forward. I'm sure they're going to be booked and busy. I know they have a Patreon as well, where they're posting all the photo shoots that they do and the love for horror that they have. So go check it out. If you're a fan of Abaddon and the horror genre, then that's something you might want to go and enjoy. So there we go. Jeremy, I have something that's going to make both you and SP3 smile and run to WWE shop, and that is the John Cena Bakersfield final gimmick. They did the Laker colors, but they're BAK for Bakersfield because they're not going to LA during this run, except for Intuit Dome, which is in LA. So that's interesting.
Intuit Dome is home of the Clippers, though. So
those are the Clippers. Yeah, you're right. So might as well do it now. Get all the LA teams. No Kings.
Probably.
Though.
I mean, I would do if Cena. I don't know if he's working any Oklahoma dates, but if he's working any Oklahoma dates and they did like a Thunder thing, I would legitimately get like a Cena Thunder branded kind of shirts. I bought the Avs Yeet shirt, or Raj Giri got it for me. I still paid for it, but he was kind enough to at least stand in line and get it for me. So like, yeah, if they did a Cena Thunder colorway, I'd probably look into getting that.
They are in Tulsa on Monday. That's about as close right now as they have.
Yeah, I don't know if
that's for Raw too. So
right, yeah, Cena's not on that show. He's on SmackDown tonight, but he's not on the Raw show. So I don't know if they're gonna do any Cena colorways for that.
Yeah, Graves is mentioning the purple. That's if they go to Minneapolis, which I think they have a Minneapolis date. Regardless, if they're going to be in Minneapolis, they'll do a huge Vikings style one. You think Jensen's going to want that one?
Probably, because Jensen claims to dislike these people, but he's actually very big fans of these people. So yeah, he claims to dislike CM Punk, and then he buys like CM Punk like autographs and stuff.
As one does. Shall we Raw tonight? Or sorry, not Raw. SmackDown tonight from Knoxville, Tennessee. Is there anything you want to get there?
They have a cool. Sorry, I'm just looking at like the Cena merch. Yeah. Like, if I was like a Dallas fan, they have a cool Dallas. It's like a green hat, and it's got like the cowboy hat. It's got the cowboy hat like on the U. It's very old school Mavericks colors.
Yeah,
like, it looks
I
really,
remember that.
Yeah,
that
looks really good. Like they put out. I mean, it's John Cena. Like he just all the different colorways he's had throughout his career makes sense. But yeah, he has some cool merchandise. Again, if they do something with like the Thunder colors, I would definitely get it. Or the Avs colors if they're going to Colorado and he's going to be part of that. I would get something like that.
And before we get on out of here and do the SmackDown and AEW Collision previews, our very own Sean Ross Sapp did post a photo. Apparently, AEW Double or Nothing, the replay is available now on Triller.
Okay.
I'm assuming that is without a VPN is why we're posting this. So maybe that's what we're up to now. Maybe there's some movement with the Triller deal.
Yeah.
I can still watch the show because that's honestly the $5 a month I pay to watch AEW programming. I don't want to lose that. It's very, very well worth it. I like having the Triller feed. I hope they don't go anywhere, but I also understand they are not in a position to stick around. Hopefully everyone's happy at the end of this. Grace saying they got the Blue Jays hat from John Cena's Elimination Chamber appearance.
Okay.
I didn't love that. I didn't love the Jays integration, but I fully understood why. They were at the Rogers Center. It was, Jays home turf. They weren't going to do the Leafs, so it made sense. It was very, very powder blue, which is very very Blue Jays colors.
Yeah.
If they go to Ottawa and they do an Ottawa Senators one, I wouldn't buy it, but I would.
They should legitimately, even if they're not going to that city or town or state or whatever, they should just roll out the merchandise anyway.
Fair.
Like you're gonna get people who are gonna buy that stuff. Oh, like I literally just said I'll buy a Thunder or an Avs colorway of this stuff. Like I'm not gonna go to those shows, but I'll buy that stuff. Like the sports integration stuff is so easy to do. And WWE, mind you, does like a good job of this. I'm not even knocking of like they do a bad job, because they do a very good job of this. But yeah, even if they're not going to that city, they should still do some type of sports colorway for John Cena's final tour. Like milk as much merchandise money as you can with all of this, because people are gonna buy that shit.
Yeah, and you know what? We'll see what else comes out, but yeah, that's fine. SmackDown's tonight, like I said, in Knoxville, Tennessee, the Thompson Bowling Arena. Bowling, B-O-L-I-N-G. Boiling. Anyway, check it out. Go watch the show or don't. John Cena and Cody Rhodes will appear.
Were you doing like Beavis and Butthead?
I'm Cornholio.
Put your shirt. Do the whole thing, Joel. Do it.
I can't because I have the stupid cable here for my in-ears.
Oh, who cares? Make it work.
I'm Cornholio. I know you got
for my butthole.
I know you got a screen cap for that. I got all the Paul London ones. Don't worry, all the squirrels are up on socials. John Cena and Cody Rhodes will appear. Will they appear at the same time? Who knows? Probably. Bianca Belair returns. That's big news because she had that really gnarly finger injury from WrestleMania. So it's nice to see that she'll be back on TV again. Men's Money in the Bank qualifying matches. For the men, it's going to be Carmelo Hayes, Jacob Fatu, and Andrade. Bless Andrade there to eat a pin.
Yeah.
Who wins this match? Is it Fatu or is it Hayes?
I think it's Carmelo Hayes because Solo and JC Mateo screw something up, and
I
Jake
think so, too.
is upset about it.
I think so too. Poor Andrade, said no one ever. And the women's Money in the Bank qualifying match, this is a big one actually. Nia Jax, Naomi, and Jade Cargill. The fact that Bianca Belair is coming back tonight is not lost on anyone given this match. So who's going on to Money in the Bank? And most people feel like it's Naomi. I'm kind of in the same. I'd like to see Naomi holding the Money in the Bank briefcase this year, but Paul Levesque doesn't like Money in the Bank enough to make that happen. So who knows if that's going to be the case.
I think it should be Naomi.
Bianca Belair will come out to new theme music.
EST.
Bianca!
It's gonna start.
Yeah, it's gonna be awful.
She better not have new theme music. I will commit acts if she has new theme music.
I think my favorite was the yesterday Metro Boomin putting out a tweet just being like, I want to do WWE themes, and all the wrestlers being like, please do mine. And it's everyone who has terrible themes already. Please, Metro Boomin, save me. That shit rules. AEW Collision. It was taped from El Paso, but we have the matches, so let's get through them real quick. The International Championship 4-way qualifiers, Hechicero and Mascara Dorada. The 4-way qualifier, Claudio Castagnoli and Commander. The only reason I'm not trying to get who's going to win is because I already know. I did read the spoilers because I do that, and then I'll just watch the show again on Saturday. Sky Blue and Mina Shirakawa are going to face off. That's Sky Blue's first singles match in something like a ridiculous amount of time. Wasn't it over 300 days?
Well, she's been injured for...
I know that.
So yeah, but it's not like that out of the ordinary. Of like,
yeah, it's not like she's been benched and off TV because she's not being used. But it's still not an unusual. Sorry, it's not a.
She's
a long time. It's been a long time since her last singles match.
But her last singles match was the one where she got injured. She's had one match since then. She did a 4-way match. I don't understand why this is a big. Oh, it's her first single. It's like, yeah, it's her second match back.
Yeah, I think it's just celebratory. That's all. It's not like John Cena being like, I've been a loser for 12 years. Like, what are we doing? It's celebratory. We're happy that Sky Blue's back, and this is her first singles match in a long time.
But again, it's not like she's been off television for any unknown reasons. Like she's been wrestling a bunch of tag team matches over the past year. Now she's back in singles competition. No, she's been injured for the past year. She did a 4-way match, and now she's doing a singles match. It is her second singles matches in her last 3 matches.
Listen, let her have her moments. Why are you taking away Sky Blue's moments?
I just think it's dumb.
Maybe she was actually the third member of Private Party, and she's just been in trios matches for the last year and a half.
I just think it's dumb. Like, oh, it's her first singles match in all this time. It's like, well, yeah, she's been hurt.
Let her have matches, Jeremy. God, why you got to gatekeep Sky Blue singles matches?
You can have matches. Okay. Go ahead.
Left Faction and Cobra Nablus takes on Top Flight and AR Fox. Bless AR Fox. I think I remember somebody made a joke in our Fightful Discord saying like AR Fox is like Visa. He's everywhere you want to be. And Sean's reply was like, yes, except he doesn't have a visa. Rule. Don Callis family takes on Paragon and Tomohiro Ishii. And for the Continental Championship Eliminator match, so it's not for the Continental Championship, it is an Eliminator match, Kazuchika Okada takes on Anthony Bowens, the 5-tool player who will hopefully last more than 5 minutes against Okada.
Well.
Did anyone get a time on that match? We'll find out we'll find offline. Anything we need to plug?
This is Okada's first Eliminator match in 2 years.
Thank you. It's a very big deal. Someone was asking for my 1-minute reviews on the wrestling I missed. It was fine.
I was going to say, you're not going to get anything out of Joel.
Brian Alvarez? pay for a cameo from Brian, and he'll tell you. Senior Nerd pointing out the last time Sky Blue had a singles match, Rampage was still a show. Oh, that's so
factual.
sad. Accurate.
Honestly, it's factual. But
it is. It is his first singles match since Sunday. It's been a very long time for Okada.
It is his first eliminator match in 3 weeks, folks. Oh boy. It's been a while since he's had an eliminator.
I find it. Sorry, go ahead. Finish it.
Oh, before then, his last eliminator match was in September 2024, so it had been a little while.
I find it very funny that everyone after Double or Nothing is like, "Oh, Okada's back," and I made the joke like a Speedball brought the old Okada back without having to bring up G1 Okada, and like, what do they do immediately? Anthony Bowens, he has 5 minutes, just go slap him on the head and call him a bitch. We're just going back to the well. Oh, I can't wait. Okada's gonna squash Anthony Bowens, and we're gonna be like, "Why is Billy Gunn out there?" And I'm gonna be like, "Well, why is Billy Gunn out there?"
Hell yeah, Billy Gunn's gonna step to Okada. That's the match to make, brother.
The problem is they're the same height.
Well,
They're the same size.
Billy Gunn's gonna get his shit in against Okada. I can't wait for that match. They're gonna book it. It's gonna rule.
They're absolutely gonna book it. That's gonna be the All-In Texas match. They're gonna be like, Kenny Omega be damned. We're getting Billy Gunn and Okada.
I would book it. I'd have it go like 19 minutes as well.
Yeah, 1959.
Yeah.
No, they'll do the full draw. It's Billy.
Billy loses at 1959, but then he kicks out right at 3.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost had you, brother. Trying to talk Jay White versus Billy Gunn. Brother, that is a very high bar.
Hell yeah. Need more Billy Gunn on TV. He rules.
All right. I feel better. Thank you, everyone. You're all very much appreciated here in the chat. We're back on Monday, main channel Monday.
Oh shit!
I know
we don't have anything to talk about.
I know it's another one of those main channel Mondays where we'll be like, so SmackDown was every bit of 3 hours. And I'm sure, like in Collision, like the matches sound fun, so we'll have what to talk about. But it's like, okay, War Chamber is next week, so we can't even go there and be like, we watched this show.
Money in the Bank preview, I guess. I mean,
I guess, but it's still a week away. Worlds Collide looks like it's more fun.
Yeah.
Who knows? It'll be a busy show. Stephanie Vaquer is going to be everywhere.
I don't know how this XP stuff worked, but Pile Driver Finisher, Gray Streams, and Xeno Hour all finished with 225 XP. Pile Driver Finisher apparently has the tiebreaker because he's listed as being first. So,
all right,
there you go.
We'll see. Yeah, Gray's pointing out less tech issues with this tape collision. Hopefully, that would be nice.
No, that would rule if they just like didn't air it.
It's all in black and white.
They should air last week's episode.
But the fixed version, the one that actually works.
Yeah, the 2-hour version. It's like, whoa, Sons of Texas earned another title shot.
MVP just sitting on the couch being like, son of a bitch.
That's what should happen.
Call the boys.
That would be great.
Oh, for whom? We'll find out. Let's get out of here. Like I said, Monday, main channel. Tell your friends. Tell everybody about this show because there's only one place you can watch Paul London feed the squirrels.
What, Selena Gomez Oreo? Is this a thing?
I'm sorry. What is this about? Selena
Oreo.
Gomez.
Oh, yeah. It says Oreo flavor.
What? I'm sorry. These are Oreos flavored like Selena Gomez.
Chocolate and cinnamon. Joel.
You can't, like, what is this? You can't tell me that. Do they taste like her, or is it something that she likes?
Well, it's inspired by horchata, so I assume it's something that she likes, not that she
doesn't taste like her.
Maybe Selena Gomez tastes like cinnamon and chocolate. I don't know.
You have to ask her partner.
It looks pretty good, honestly. I do like cinnamon and I do like chocolate and I do like Oreos. I'm gonna seek these out. And if I can find them, they hit stores June 9th, so I won't be able to find them. Okay. Well, now that we know,
there's a pre-sale on June 2nd, which is on Monday, so you can try.
I'm not doing all that. I'll just go to the grocery store on June 9th and see if they have any.
Fair.
All right. We will try the Selena Gomez. I know it's not Selena. We will try the Selena Gomez Oreo on June 10th, I guess.
Here we go. The cookies aren't only the sweet part of the partnership. Oreo is donating to Gomez's Rare Impact Fund, an organization she founded in 2020 that connects young people to mental health resources.
Well, that's actually a positive cause, but
it's positive cause.
Did you see this? Sydney Sweeney is selling bathwater soap.
Yes, I did. And was I surprised? Absolutely. Make your money.
Dude, so many wrestlers are pissed off they didn't think of that. They're like, shit.
Are you kidding me? They're already packaged and ready to go. You don't think Jordan Grace, before she signed that WWE deal, wasn't packaging that bathwater soap already in her basement? Come on. She knew what she was planning.
Excellent reference by Louis. Excellent reference. I got you, Louis. I got it. I got you.
All right. Let's get out of here. Anything else to plug?
No, absolutely not. We're apparently going to talk about stuff on Monday. That sounds terrible.
We don't have to. I mean, we can just do something else.
Go Knicks or Pacers. I don't care. I prefer the Knicks to win. So there's a game 7.
There you go. Wrestling. Watch it or don't. Go enjoy your weekend. My birthday's on Sunday. I'm gonna post my awful Amazon wish list so you can all laugh at the stupid things that I put up there. Don't need a new laptop. I got one, so I'm good for that. Buy my old one instead, the one that needs a new battery. For Jeremy Lambert, you know who I am. You're not going to buy it.
You anything, Joel? No.
Well, you don't want to buy me another MacBook?
I'm not going to buy you anything.
Okay. You're not going to write me a love song either?
No.
It's because I asked for it?
No.
Because I need one?
Stop it.
Go tell your friends about Paul Linden and the Squirrels. Ladies, gentlemen, friends behind the binary. We'll see you on Monday for Main Channel. Cheers.